Police running all in and out the building. What the hell is going on?
Dang, dang, dang.
What up, Lo?
Hey, what's good? What's good? YouTube, what's good? Raider Nation, we're in the building. Hey, look, got to give y'all the Raider Twuan Brown Cracker salute. Remember, there is no Raider Twuan without the congregation, and there is no congregation without the Raider Nation. So blessings to everybody out there. Hey, look, we lost. We came in here to talk about it. I got some friends pulling up. I'm about to put the link in the chat if you guys want to talk your Raider gospel. But this is just going to be an open format, you know what I'm saying, live, you know what I'm saying, and you guys can come in and let's talk about the game. Let's just talk about it, break it down, and let's see what's going on. Oh, hey, actually, I got one of my friends, you know what I'm saying, one of my friends on here. Let me see. Yes. One of my good friends. I'm just gonna pull him up and let him say what's up to the congregation. Bam. Let's see. There we go. What's going on, brother? How you doing? Did he freeze? Frozen?
You muted my mic, man.
I'm sorry.
The mute button. No. Hey, everybody. Thanks for welcoming me on your channel, Twuan. I really appreciate it. Shout out to the congregation. For you guys who don't know me and haven't seen me on the show, I'm Reyes Boxing on IG, but everybody knows me as Raider Transplant. And my good buddy Twuan and I, we've been talking for a bit now on today's game. So, but again, Twuan, do you notice that I'm keeping a positive attitude? I don't like I just feel like it's too easy to get wrapped up into the negativity of things. So I try to point out all of the different little positive things that I saw. And one of the positive things that I saw, as I was explaining to you, is I felt like the whole team was trying all the way till the end. All the way to the minute and 39 mark. And then we were just praying.
Right. You guys, hey, look, I'm over jumping ahead. Look, I'm going to put the link in the chat, you know what I'm saying, for those that want to pull up. Definitely, you guys know my rules. As long as you guys are respectful, you know what I'm saying, of everybody's opinion. You can disagree, but you know what I'm saying, respectfully disagree. We do things a little different over here, but definitely come on in. Let me know how you feel about the game. If you want to, I usually do what you doing Wednesdays. You know what I'm saying? If you want to give your what you doing today, you can do that too. But I'm gonna save mine for this Wednesday. I kind of already have an idea of who I got for what you doing. But you guys may have somebody that you guys want to talk about. And I will be looking at you guys in the chat too. So come on in, come holler at your boy. Make sure, hey, you guys go ahead and I know I'm jumping ahead and trying to do everything at quick. But I need you guys to go ahead and do this.
Fucking Stizan.
Twuan, hey Twuan, hit that like button. Why? Because I like you.
Yeah, go ahead and hit that like button. And if you like the Raiders, whether we winning or losing, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Hey, this game is, I said it earlier and I'm going to say it here too. It's interesting that we had 4 turnovers and we were still in the game.
Yep.
I hate to say it, but it's almost Raider-ish that we were a part of a game like that where we were responsible for 4 turnovers, but we were still in the game at the end. Do you contribute that to? Do you think the Rams were playing that bad, or what do you think was the factor of that?
No, I mean, again, it's weird, right? It's kind of like, all right, like in the boxing world, okay. Here's something for you, Twuan. In the boxing world, you got to look at the quality of the goods and not the record of the fighter, right? And sometimes, certain fighters who are trying to build their records to keep an undefeated record will get matched up with someone who doesn't have such a great record, not really realizing that person is actually quite good. And the only reason why they have a bad record is a bunch of other factors, right? A great example, and this one you might be old enough to remember, there was a fighter by the name of Emmanuel Augustus,
okay,
who essentially had like a 50-50 record. And to this day, Floyd Mayweather says that was his hardest fight. And Emmanuel Augustus, literally, if you looked at his record, was like 50-50. And it's because, again, you have to look at the quality of the fighter. So I think people get thrown off with the Raiders where they think we suck. I think that there are holes in our team. But if we're being honest, Twuan, our defense does not suck. And the fact that we have such a great intellectual defensive coordinator, we have an amazing all-star in Max Crosby who can galvanize an entire defensive unit to play over their talents. I didn't think it was the fact that the Rams weren't so good. That's still Matthew Stafford, man. But we were rushing the hell out of Matthew Stafford. Like, we were the Raiders, and we were doing what we were doing on defense. And I say this because when you look at the record of how we lost to Pittsburgh, the Steelers, I believe that was 31-15. Correct me if I'm wrong, chat. I believe it was 31-15. But you and I were watching that same match with the Steelers and the Raiders, and we were in that game too, man. I mean, like, again, mistakes would happen, but we were in that game even at the end. And it wasn't until Aiden O'Connell threw that last interception in the fourth quarter in the back of the end zone that then you start to think, all right, this game's really gotten away from us. But the final score of that game, if I'm not mistaken, is like 31-15. Right now, the Jets are playing the Steelers. Same Steelers that played us last week. The current score right now is 30-15. So are we saying that the Jets, who has Garrett Wilson, Aaron Rodgers, Breece Hall, and that amazing defense, is every bit as good as the Raiders? You see what I mean? Right? Like I think people like look down on us too much instead of looking at us as what we are. What we are is a team without a quarterback. That's what we are. If we had a quarterback who could deliver the ball, it would increase the play of the defense, and it would actually, you would start to see how good our weapons are, right? Like, Twuan, would you say that Brock Bowers isn't a number 1 tight end? He is, right? Total tight end all-star.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. I don't think Trey Tucker's so bad, man. And Jacoby Myers is a wide receiver 1. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, and DJ Turner isn't bad either. Like, we have good weapons, but how are people supposed to know we have good weapons if no one can throw them the ball? You know what I mean? So I think that, like, to your question, the Rams as good. I honestly believe that the Rams are actually a worse team than us, but we just happened to lose to them today. I don't think they will be better than us when Puka Nacua and Cooper Kupp come back. But until that happens, they're not as good of a team. So that's just me, though.
You know, and I agree with you on that. You know, especially last week, I think that was the thing. Our defense kept us in that game. You know what I'm saying? For the most part, like the only reason why it really ballooned up to that was because our offense was putting the opposing team in short field, situations. There was plenty of times in the Steelers game that the Steelers were getting the ball at their 50-yard line or less. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, okay, what is the you know what I'm saying? When you have that type of situation, it's like, okay, if they get 2 first downs, then it's done. Where you might as well call that 7 points. You know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, any good, any defense, and I kept saying the 2000, Ravens, but even if the 2000 Ravens were out there and you put them in that type of situation, they're going to get scored on. You know what I'm saying? Like the whole idea is that you're supposed to, as a defense, you want to push them back, you know what I'm saying, and have them march the whole entire field to score, not give them a short field advantage every time they get the ball offensively, especially against that offense that really wasn't even that good. So, it's not it. The whole complementary football was not being played, and that's another. It goes to what we're seeing even today, despite the turnovers and the deficiencies of the turnovers, how we were in a position where I was so excited when Divine Diablo caught that, not Hobbs,
the interception.
Hobbs, yeah, when Hobbs caught that interception, I was like, dude, I feel like I believe in miracles at this point, because when's the last time did we have a turnover? You know what I'm saying? Where last year turnovers was just like another walk in the park, and it's not this year. So, I don't know why that's happening. I think it might, like you said, it might be because of the deficiencies of the offense not being complementary and the defense being on the field a whole lot, to where they're not, ready. I mean, not ready, but not physically, capable to capitalize on those things, or whatever the situation may be. But there's a whole lot of things in regards to the totality of this team that need to be addressed. And, who said it on here? Someone, I think it was All Eyes that said it. Let me see if I can pull it up.
And by the way, I'm not trying to the chat. I'm not trying to do a comparable misery, but right now the game is about to end, and Pittsburgh is beating the New York Jets 37-15. So the Steelers beat the Jets worse than us, and the Jets had Devontae Adams out there, Garrett Wilson out there, Breece Hall out there, Aaron Rodgers is out there, and a good defense. And they got their asses whooped worse than we did. So I'm just saying, are we a bad team? Because we got the same record as the Jets. So are we a bad team, dude? I don't know. Like, that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Sergey said it. Our defense is getting stops. Just our offense can't do anything. You know what I'm saying? And that's really where we are. That's really where we are. Now, I'll say this offensively. Let's talk positives, also about our offense. Our run game was actually legit.
Oh, yeah. Madison, dude. Madison's just a starter. Like, put him in. He's awesome.
Yeah, don't play around with it like we did last, you know what I'm saying? Like, trying to figure out, and that's what frustrated me last week. You know what I'm saying? I hate trying to go back to last week, but it's frustrating, talking about it, because Madison did well the first drive, and then Where was he after that? You know what I'm saying? They didn't even put him out there. They started trying to use all the other running backs. It's like, dude, just use what's hot. And this week, you know, I think, you know, they actually heard what we were saying, you know, and stuck with Madison. I think Madison it's ironic that all our running backs have fumbled besides Madison, and Madison is the one that was actually known, you know what I'm saying, statistically with the Vikings to actually fumble the ball. So it's ironic that he's not the one coughing up the ball, but all our other running backs decide to put the ball on the ground.
Right. And again, Twuan, wouldn't you agree that, again, it's situational, man? Like, I think people are like, first of all, do you think that, you know, when people start coming down on the Raiders, do you think we're as bad as the Cleveland Browns?
No,
right? Because the Cleveland Browns have a good defense too. They have Myles Garrett also, but they're nowhere near the offensive potential that we got. The offensive potential that we have is basically put a quarterback in there that could throw the ball. Put a quarterback that could deliver the ball and we'll be halfway decent. You put a guy like Matthew Stafford behind the wheels, then all of a sudden we turn into a playoff team or a borderline wild card playoff team. So we're not that far away, which is why that's what concerned me, Twuan, is we got 10 more games to go in the next 11 weeks. What I don't want is for the wheels to come off to the point where, you know, like, I don't think we're going to tank, like you said. I don't think we're tanking, but I at the same time, I think that if we get everything right in the offensive side with the right quarterback to deliver the ball, we can instantly next year be a scary playoff team. If we can keep our defense intact and hope that Patrick Graham doesn't disappear, we're pretty scary, man. It's just that, again, it's going to be the narrative of the business. So let me ask you this. AP having a 2-year contract only. This year's his first year. Next year's his second year. Do you think he's in the hot seat? Because remember, you were telling me that the reason why Diablo's not going to quit on us and Trayvon Morrig's not going to quit on us and Clayvon Chason's playing out of his mind is because you said to me they're playing for their next contract. So they're not going to stop trying. They're going to play so that they can get paid. Well, wouldn't you say AP's in the same position?
I think I think it really is. And, you know, I said that earlier and I'm going to say it again. I think I think we're the reason why things haven't fully fallen off is because our defense is holding it together. Now, the reason why the defense is holding it together is, if you have not heard this before, it's because a lot of those guys, their contract is coming up. Morg's in a contract, you know, season. Spillane's in a contract season. Let me pull it up because actually, see,
yeah,
it works out.
It up, right?
No, I can pull it up because I actually I did a live on this about all the guys that are actually expiring contracts now. Yeah, now look at this. These are guys that are in 2025. Now, Amir Abdullah, Isaiah Palmer. We can start looking. I'm just going to name some of the guys that are highlighted, right? Amir Abdullah, Isaiah Palmer. Who else is on here? Nesta Jade, okay? Those are all guys that we might, you know, want to keep around, right? That's another. I have another one for 25. Along with who? Father and Hammond. Well, Snowden's on this list. Jordan Meredith's on this list. Adam Butler is on this list. Okay, those are all guys that have contracts that are coming up in 2025. Now, another 2025 list. Okay, there goes Trayvon Merrick, Malcolm Kuntz, Robert Spillane, Divine Diablo, Nate Hobbs. Okay, Janarius Robinson, DJ Turner. This is 26, so this is, you know, this is another year. Okay, Zamir White. Okay, Jacoby Myers. Dylan Parham, Daniel Carlson, Jack Jones, okay, AJ Cole. So there's a lot of guys between 23 and 25, you know what I'm saying? And I can pull that list up again, but I was just naming the guys that I know, you know, a lot of guys are looking at. A lot of guys.
They're playing. Yeah, they want that extension. Yeah. No, I hear you. But that's why I threw it out there is when you're looking at all these different coaches that we got, because there's that rumor that Tom Brady, the minute he became an owner, the first phone call he made is Belichick about possibly being the head coach of the Raiders. And I don't know if that's true or not, but I'm just saying, like, they're already starting to I mean, everybody's already going to start thinking about getting a new head coach when we just hired this one. But his contract is only a 2-year contract. So that's why I said the question, Twuan, is do you think AP's in the hot seat?
I think to some degree, yes, he is in the hot seat, because no matter what, when you're a head coach, you're in some type of a hot seat. But I think that he can really get by kind of this year, but next year he's going to have to, I think the first order of business for him is
get a quarterback,
get a quarterback, and then offensive coordinator. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because I think Getsy, he did his play calling this week was actually a little better than what he had last week. There was one series that I still kind of had a question mark about, but overall, I wasn't too mad about his play calling, you know what I'm saying, this week, as much as I was last week. But going back to like the people that were on that list, you know, pretty much everybody that's on that list are the starters of our our defense. When you start looking at that, you know what I'm saying? So with everybody on that, you know, unfortunately they're not playing for their team, you know, they're really playing for their contract.
Right.
You know, they're out there, you know, tackling and getting interceptions, and well, not interceptions, because we haven't really been getting a lot of turnovers, but you know what I'm saying, making plays, because they know that when, you know, at the end of the year, they're going to have that sit down conversation with Tom Telesco. And we know Tom Telesco is definitely going to be trying to get, you know, all these players on you know, for the cheap. So they better show.
You're right. Hey, I'm looking at the contract right now for Spillane, and it says that this is the year. He doesn't have a contract after this year.
Mm-hmm.
He's done already, so he's playing for an extension.
Yeah.
Because otherwise he's going to be a free agent. So he's gone unless, you know, he plays his ass off. Morig is in the same position, like you said. Diablo's in the same position, like you said. I'm curious about Nate Hobbs is in the same position. He doesn't have an extension either.
Yep.
So yeah, no, you're right, Twuan. I never saw it from that standpoint until you pointed it out. But you're absolutely right. All of these defense guys are not going to cash it in or make business decisions because they're playing for their next contract already.
And you know, it's so ironic that this, and I'm gonna keep showing this list because it just fits with what we're talking about. This is the same slides that I used when people were asking me, you know, or everybody was talking about F them picks, and I was like, you know, it works with the cap situation, but it also ties into if we were talking about F them picks and we got all these guys that need to be replaced, how are you going to replace those guys? You got to replace them in the draft. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you can't F them picks just to go get one guy when there's so many holes that might be filled. Now, of course, you can fill those holes by drafting, but you can also keep those guys by paying them off. So
we got money. We got
the money, but we also got to be smart about it. Now, some of these guys, to be honest with you, I could say, you know, play ball. You know what I'm saying? And when I say play ball, You know what I'm saying? Kuntz is one of those guys that I'm definitely going to be playing ball with. You know, as of not giving him the complete bag, I might say, hey, you know, I'm going to sign you to a 1-year contract. And then based on that year, we'll see we'll see if you're ready for the full, you know what I'm saying? Big ticket, long year type of contract. Divine Diablo.
Yeah, he might be able to get the 50-year option. Kuntz might be on that rookie 50-year option, right?
No.
Oh, because he wasn't he wasn't picked high enough.
Yeah. He wasn't a number 1 pick.
Okay, got it. But yeah, no, you're right though. We would give him a good enough contract that it'd make him want to stay, right? Maybe what we did with Spillane, like a 2-year extension, give him a try.
And I don't, it may be a 2-year, but like I said, you want to put him on that kind of like another prove it year. You know what I'm saying? Because he is injured. You know what I'm saying? And what's the best availability?
Yeah. Yeah.
So is like him, Divine Diablo. Those are guys that I definitely would be playing ball with. Because I think, be honest with you, I know Divine Diablo has certain things that he brings to the table, but I think we could actually do better at linebacker. To complement Robert Spillane. We know Robert Spillane could, out of everybody on there, maybe Robert Spillane, maybe Merrick. I know Robert Spillane for sure. You can kind of give him a blank check. Tell him, hey, how long you want to be here? You know what I'm saying? And we'll because Robert Spillane's that type of guy for us. Merrick, definitely. I'm not gonna say he's a blank check, but you definitely want to have him, bring him back. So, sign him to another 2-3 year, type of contract, maybe 3 years, and then maybe you can get out of that last year, you know what I'm saying, type of situation. I think Epps is also on the table. I think the last time I checked. So, and that's a question, right? Do we think, Epps is a guy that is going to have to walk? But there's a lot, again, money.
I mean, we'll see. Yeah, there's a lot of conversation here. By the way, shout out to the chat. I saw Rambo Adventures all the way from Thailand pulling up. Shout out, man. Shout out to all of you guys. Unfazed is here. Raider Paul, My 2 cents. All eyes on G. Always appreciate you guys. Wild Turkey. Thank you. No, join in on this conversation because me and Twuan are just talking about it. And Twuan put out the link. So if any of you guys want to jump in the studio, come on in, man, and say your piece.
Yeah, but you guys come on in. This is an open panel for everybody. If you have not been on a live and you want to just come in and talk to us, come on in. You know what I'm saying? Come on in. This is a safe space. You ain't gonna get killed over here.
Yeah. No, this is a space. Yeah, we're me and Twuan are both very positive about, no matter how bad it gets, it's always Raiders, right? So that's kind of what we're discussing is that, first of all, I believe that we're kind of in a similar position to, let's say, the Dolphins, who lost today to the Indianapolis Colts. Now, are you ready to say that the Colts are a better team? No, they're not. Why is the Dolphins losing? They have weapons. They don't have a quarterback to give those weapons. Tyreek Hill is no good, and Jalen Waddle is no good, and Devon A-Chain is no good, and Raheem Mostert is no good if you don't got a quarterback. And that's what I'm saying is, so are we trying to say that we're the same record as the Jets, the Dolphins? You know what I mean? Like, are we really that bad? Like, I don't think we're that bad.
My fantasy is hurting because of that same situation. I got A-Chain and Tyreek Hill, and they've been, ever since Tua's been gone, they've been golly.
Now the good news for you is Tua's coming back this week.
Yeah.
So, and again, think about that, guys. The Dolphins would rather have a concussion-prone quarterback because of the weapons that they got, and we can't even have one. Like our quarterback that I thought that was going to play for us the rest of the year, sorry, unfazed, but that thumb thing, no matter how bad the thumb is, let's say best case scenario, the thumb isn't broken, but it's like dislocated or whatever, right? That's still going to be at least a couple of weeks, even with painkillers, right? He has to get a feel for the ball if it's the thumb. Worst case scenario, though, is what if the thumb affects him to the point where he can't throw for another 6 weeks? So who are we throwing in there, Twuan? Are we going to throw Carter Bradley in there? Is that what you're doing? Is that what you're doing, man? Because that now it's really not fair to start firing people if you're throwing Carter Bradley as your quarterback.
Hey, I'm rolling with Carter Bradley. You know why? You know why? Because Carter Bradley ain't scared to throw it. I've seen it in preseason enough to where he ain't scared to let it fly. And unfortunately, that's where I am with this team. That's why it gets, it really pisses me off that we're in a position where the competition, we were playing conservative, you know what I'm saying, in our play calling, especially last week. You know what I'm saying? I feel like at this point, let it fly and just let it happen. Because what else can we do?
I don't know, man. That's why I'm asking you. What else can we do? What else can there be to be done?
And I'll say it like this: we're turning the ball over, being conservative.
Right.
So what? You know what I'm saying? It would be one thing, like, and everybody knows Brett Favre, right? We know Brett Favre is known as a gunslinger, right? Like, we know that Brett Favre was gonna throw a pick or two, but he was going to eventually win the game because he was going, you know what I'm saying, drive them down the field and make it happen, right? So I'd rather lose games because we're trying our best, darndest best to make something happen than to be conservative and still turn the ball over and lose games.
So that's why I said to you before.
Better. I just think it looks better when it actually looks like we're trying to do something, especially offensively.
So that's what I mean. So right now we got Carter Bradley's the only other quarterback that we have that he's currently in the practice squad. So let's say Aiden O'Connell is hurt longer than 1 week. So then you elevate Carter Bradley. But what is the problem again? And I don't understand this yet. Why not just hire Tannehill right now? Where Tannehill would literally know, look, man, this could turn into a longer contract in where we can make you a bridge quarterback. But currently right now, we are going to go into the draft to go get us a quarterback. So all we need from you, man, is to man the ship and get everybody paid doing what you do. And however many wins or losses that we have is however many wins or losses that we have. Because I get it. If we just go Carter Bradley right now, or I really don't want him back, but whatever, because maybe he got paid $15 million. It's the same as the Deshaun Watson scenario where the owners are like, too bad, you're going to play. In fact, he finally he tore his Achilles today. So he's out for the season and for who knows how long. I'm talking about Deshaun Watson. So that was the only way they can get another quarterback to finally come off the bench. In our scenario, is that what's going to happen? Where Mark Davis is going to sit there and say, well, screw it. I paid him $15 million. Let him play the rest of the year because I don't care. I mean, what do you think, Twuan? Is that how Mark Davis is going to see it, as a business decision?
I'm going to actually bring in some royalty before I ask that. Keep that question because I'm probably going to forget it. But definitely hold on to that question because I have to bring in some royalty. Okay, let's pull out the red carpet. No, actually, let's pull out the silver and black carpet. You know what I'm saying? And let's get the royalty out here on this wonderful live. I feel like I'm blessed having him here.
Pointer, first off, I appreciate the accolades, but that is more than I can ever aspire to, Royal. But I appreciate the thought, and you know that means a lot coming from you. I always consider myself just an old dude who is a fan that likes to share his fandom with a bunch of other people, and you and Angelo are definitely folks I enjoy doing that with. And again, I appreciate you also saying that let's not talk red. We're going to see enough fucking red this weekend. I'm sorry. Oh, I dropped an F-bomb already. I apologize.
It's okay. Let them fly. It's okay.
Yeah. we're when you're talking about red, the stadium, unfortunately, is going to be very, very, very red this weekend. Not only will Kansas City travel just to travel, but after the showing that the Raiders have as of now, and I was reading other things, it's like AP has a worse record at the beginning of the season than I think that, and Jack Kenna calls him McDipshit, McFucknuts, McShitnuts. I can't remember exactly what it was, but out of respect for the office, I said, please let's not have that on my show. I called him McFired, but however you call it, McFired, McShitnuts, McDummy, McWhatever, AP has got a worse endeavor. And it's not all his fault, but by the same token, you're going to look at record against record. And AP is and I said this, I think, on the NFL Nation Live show, I think that AP is the Raiders' version of what San Francisco had with Mike Singletary about a decade ago. A fiery coach that everybody respected and wanted to play for him as a fiery coach, and a Super Bowl champion. Again, AP Super Bowl champion, Singletary Super Bowl champion. And I think Singletary is, if he's not a Hall of Famer, he's just outside the hall, saying, why ain't I here? AP isn't of that ilk, but he is a very respected coach with all of his accolades as a player. But he doesn't have it because it's him plus who he brings to the table. And unfortunately, the biggest problem that it brings to the table is that he got sold short on Luke Getsy. And I want you to answer that question before you forget, because Angelo said something about, do you think that he's going to let X play out? And are you talking about Gardner Minshew and the money? And
my question was that just like the Deshaun Watson situation, in where it is being clearly put out to the whole public that, no, we pay him too much money, so we're going to play him till the wheels fall off. And finally today, Cap, the wheels fell off. He tore his Achilles. He's now done for the season, and who knows when he's going to come back. Now, the Browns still have to pay him, the owners. But now Kevin Stefanski, the coach, can now sit there and go, great, I can actually make good moves for my current players that I have so that they don't have to feel so dejected, because my defense with Myles Garrett is actually pretty good. And Nick Chubb is back. And in today's game, the Bengals beat him, Cap, but the Bengals only beat him by 1 touchdown. They didn't get destroyed. Nick Chubb got back in there, scored at least 1 touchdown. So my whole point is Mark Davis the type of owner to be like, no, I don't care. I paid Gardner Minshew $15 million, so I want you to ride him. I want you to ride him like Zorro. I want you to ride him until the wheels fall off, and AP can't do anything about it anyways because of the money.
I don't think so. And the reason why I don't think so is because no matter what, Mark Davis is about the dollar bill. And it's not necessarily the dollar bill that he's forking out for these players, but the dollar bill that is going to be coming in. And I think despite the stadium being packed, I think it really hits him and hurts him that it's not people wearing the proper color. So, and he knows that the reason why we're seeing what we're seeing, like Captain Jack said, we're next week we'll be seeing a sea of red, is because we're not winning games. So I think he would be okay with moving on from Minshew.
And just eating the $15 million?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I think I feel like he would be like, okay, he already kind of knows, already knows what we're kind of already feeling in regards to this season. Like, for the most part, we feel like this season is a wash. Like we're as much as we want to be hopeful about, our team, we're also looking at the next quarterback and the next person we can get in the draft and the next offensive coordinator and all of that, right? So we're kind of already packing things up subliminally, and I think Mark Davis already knows, like, okay, well, obviously this season ain't gonna work out. Hopefully, we'll go. Well, I know we'll go get our quarterback of the future, and then we can move on from there. And like I said earlier, with Minshew's contract, you can get rid of him at the end of the year. You know what I'm saying? Because the way that they figured it out.
That was my point, is that you can get. Yeah, no, that's exactly my question, Twuan, is you can totally let Minshew go already at the end of the year.
Uh-huh.
But Mark Davis handed him $15 million up front. So is Mark Davis the type of guy to go, well, I don't care. Aiden O'Connell's hurt anyways. His thumb's going to be sore or whatever, or broken or whatever it is, but he can't play. So you're not elevating Carter Bradley. No.
Why
and
not?
Now AP doesn't, but that's what I mean is Mark Davis that type of guy?
They have no choice but to elevate Carter Bradley, because we don't have another quarterback outside of Minshew.
Now here's another thing. So how does that work, Cap? Because you can only elevate a player to the 53 if you have space for that said player. So you'd have to put someone in injured reserve in order to make space for said player.
Right. But you said you have the answer right there. What is the prognosis? And I'm acting all sorts of doctorly here. Okay. What is the prognosis for how long AOC 12 will be out? I'll even follow my rules on other folks' channel, because again, AOC is that skinny bitch from New York. AOC 12 is our quarterback. How long is AOC 12 going to be out with the thumb injury? I mean, and that's something that you can't throw a football. I mean, I think that even when Herbert had his injury, I don't think it was to his thumb. It wasn't to his like the first two here. It wasn't to the thumb, and his throwing motion was affected. I might be wrong on that, but I think it was to his point finger, his index finger, or his middle finger, and that's what was broken. And he could still throw it, but the thumb is probably the most important, other than your index finger, in throwing a football. I'm not a quarterback. I'm an offensive lineman that's smart, okay? But I do think that the thumb and the index finger are your two most important, but you can live with your index finger being taped up next to this one and guide it. It's going to affect your passing, but you can't do shit unless your thumb is correct. And so how many weeks is that going to be out? If it's 4 weeks, there's an IR position right there, because you have to be on the IR a minimum of 4 weeks. Okay. If he's going to be gone, if he can't play for a minimum of 4 weeks, you put him on the IR with obviously the intention of bringing him back because AOC is the best quarterback. AOC 12. See, I just broke it there. Shame on you, Captain Jack. AOC 12 is the best quarterback on this roster. It is. And Carter Bradley is probably a lot better than Gardner Minshew, even though he's a rookie. He's got the football smarts, and he can zing the ball. And what he doesn't have in football knowledge, he does have in ability. But he does have football knowledge from football smarts based upon his family history. And again, I'm bad-mouthing Gardner Minshew, and God forbid, Stu Schwaggart will say, all you people that said all of these people that are in the NFL suck. Remember, it is the 0.01% of all of the people that play football make it to the NFL. I get it. Gardner Minshew is a professional football player. But right now, Gardner Minshew is one of the most horrible professional football players that there is in the league. And so when we say he sucks, it's because he sucks of the 0.01% of people that make it to the NFL. It's just true. It's not bad-mouthing him. He had his time. I saw Gardner Minshew beat the Raiders in the very last game at the Oakland Coliseum with the help of the officials, okay? I've seen Gardner Minshew do that Minshew magic mania, whatever the hell he is, on other things. But behind this offensive line and his limitations as a quarterback and what he can't do, which is throw hard, okay, and he's got a nickel arm when you need at least a quarter arm, okay, because nobody has that $1 million arm except for a few people in the league. And AOC 12 needs to learn how to take that 50-cent arm and dial it back so he can actually throw touch on the ball. That's some of his problem. But I know, Captain Jack, I got a point, and I wander, and I'll get back to the main fucking road. But if he's going to be gone for 4 weeks, then you put him on the IR.
Yeah,
I put him on the IR, and there's your roster spot.
And again, I'm saying all of this to the chat. Sorry, I don't know if his hands are broken. You're going to see articles right now on Google that's saying his thumb is actually broken or whatever. There's already an article out that's talking about why not just get Ryan Tannehill, which brings me to this next point, gentlemen. I understand we're 2-5. And I understand that if Mark Davis was like the Browns owners and they're like, and he's like, I don't care, AP, go play Gardner Minshew until he gets injured. Or maybe he's not that guy and Tom Brady tells him, now don't be like that, Mark. All right, I'm the new owner now. Why don't you give Carter Bradley a chance? Or why don't you do it this way? Whatever. None of those guys, Carter Bradley or Gardner Minshew, at this 2-5 record currently right now, neither one of those guys is giving us any type of hope to win games, which I was saying you kind of need in a locker room, because I don't think anyone gets up in the morning to go, and we're going to do our best, Captain, and then we're going to lose. I can't wait to see by how much we'll lose by. Hopefully it's not more than 2 touchdowns, right? I don't think any of the players think this way. I think they all want to win. And if I'm a defensive player and I know I got to play for my contract, I got to throw my body out there and do my very best, it's still going to suck for me if my quarterback turns the ball over 4 times in a game. You see what I'm saying? So why wouldn't the Raiders, Mark Davis, Tom Brady, sit there and say, I don't know, man, why don't we go ahead and give Tannehill a little contract and let's see what happens.
I got the perfect name to say no to that. And his name is Tyler Bagent.
Oh, Tyson Bagent.
Whatever his first name was, okay? Tyson Bagent was a quarterback out of a D3 school, I believe.
Division two.
Okay. You say tomato, I say tomato. No, actually, I get it. No, he's a D2 school, which is at least higher. Okay. Carter Bradley is what, D3, right? And Tyson Bagent was a rookie last year who beat us.
Yeah.
In a Luke Getsy offense, I might add.
Yeah.
Okay. And he beat us.
Yeah.
And we had a good defense last year, right?
Yeah.
Carter Bradley can't be all that bad, and he's got pedigree. He's got pedigree, and I agree with Raider Knight. All these people that are saying the teams that need quarterbacks that are going to suck are picking before us. Not necessarily, because there are teams that need quarterbacks that are going to have better records than us, and they're going to pay those draft picks, and they're going to jump ahead of us in the draft to get the quarterback they want. So what I'm saying is that the Raiders are going to have to move up to the they're going to have to do a Darrell Russell type of deal. See how many people picked up on that. Raiders move up to number 2 to get the best player in the draft, which was Orlando Pace. But who went ahead of them to get Orlando Pace was the Los Angeles Rams, I believe. So they moved up to number 1 and drafted Orlando Pace ahead of us, and we went to number 2 to get him, right? Because whoever had the number 1 pick that year wasn't looking for a left tackle that is a Hall of Famer. So we were left with Darrell Russell. May he rest in peace. Because I got his autograph from his father was a retired Navy captain in the medical field that retired here in the CENTCOM area in Tampa. My mom went to his retirement ceremony. Darrell was there. So I have a program of his father's retirement autographed by Darrell Russell and a football autograph by Darrell Russell to me. So if you move up to number 2, thinking that, well, whoever has the number 1 pick doesn't need a quarterback, somebody needs a quarterback, and they're gonna give the picks and the money and all the bells and whistles to whoever is number 1 if they want Cam Ward. If they want Cam Ward or if they want Shedeur Sanders, whoever it is, they're going to move to number 1 if you're number 2. So you better be sure that you are picking number 1 if you want to get the guy you really want. Because if you pick number 2, you're going to be left with the consolation prize. And if the consolation prize is good, that's great. Because honestly, the consolation prize this year of Justin Daniels, he's playing a hell of a lot better than Caleb Williams, and he was picked number 2. And he's playing better than Caleb Williams at number 1. But it doesn't always work out that way, because Bryce Young was the number 1 pick, and he looks like ass in comparison to the second quarterback taken, who is Stroud, who the Raiders wanted, by the way. But for all those people saying that we could have had Stroud, he would have sucked with the Raiders based upon our offense. He would not be the Stroud that you know as a quarterback, because whichever offensive system he was in would make him look like ass. He wouldn't be the quarterback he is today in the Raiders system. I defy anybody to tell me he would be. I'm just letting you know.
Yeah, you make a good point there, Cap. So that's why I want to hear from what you're thinking, Twuan, because that's my entire point. It's the first question I had with Twuan earlier is, do you think AP's in the hot seat? Because we were looking at all these players' contracts, and a lot of them they don't have a contract past this year. So Twuan was saying they're all going to play hard because they need to get that money, at least for the next 2 more years. Well, AP doesn't have a contract after next year either. He's in a 2-year deal. So is he in the hot seat? Because if we bring in the quarterback of the future, I'm pretty sure said quarterback of the future, like you were to your point, Cap, about CJ Stroud, would like to know what system he's going to be playing under which head coach. So if we're going to play this revolving door again, it doesn't matter if we draft Shedeur Sanders, Cam Ward, whoever. We're going to put him in a bad position again. So what do we do here, Twuan? This is why I was saying, what's so bad about Tannehill, man? What's so bad about Tannehill?
I think Tannehill is going to put a Band-Aid over a situation that we've been trying to address for I don't know how many years. I think that's the reason why I'm more on drafting a quarterback, because we haven't. You know what I'm saying? We haven't really drafted a starting quarterback since Derek Carr, and didn't bring anybody behind him to cover that up. You know what I'm saying? Or to, pass the torch to, right? We've been having a bunch of Band-Aids. We got Minshew as a Band-Aid. We got Stidham as a Band-Aid. We got Jimmy G as a Band-Aid. I can keep going down the list on all the Band-Aids we brought in to suffice us or try to cover up whatever we were doing offensively at quarterback. Now, I don't think Antonio Pierce is on the hot seat per se, because I think, like I said, with Davis, I think Davis already realizes that this season is, you know what I'm saying, kind of a wash. You know, I think he's really just like, okay, AP, what are we going to do next year? We know that we didn't get a quarterback this year, and we can kind of say the reason why we're losing games is because we don't have that quarterback. So let's see what you can do with the quarterback. Now, like I said, hopefully they address who our offensive coordinator is. You know what I'm saying? Whether, you know, bringing in somebody else or having someone else, you know, call the plays out of the play. I don't think there's nothing wrong with the playbook itself. If the issue is more of the person who's calling out of the playbook and what's being called at certain times in parts of the game. So if they can fix that, and I've been asking, you know, because everybody's talking about Philbin, but not Philbin, but everybody's talking about his play call, and I'm like, why are we not using those other guys that are offense coordinators and making them call the plays to you know, that actually makes sense in certain situations, instead of having, you know, Getsy take care of that. So I don't think AP's on a hot seat. I really don't. I think contractually, the reason why it's a 2-year contract is because we've been running into a whole lot of issues with our coaches in the past, where we brought in coaches and had them on long, lengthy contracts. And then, you know, Mark Davis had to, you know, deal with that and still deal with some of those contracts, even as we're, you know, talking now. So I think that's the reason why he has a short contract. I don't think it's necessarily because, we were just, you know, he's a Band-Aid or anything. I think it's just the fact of Mark Davis just didn't want to have that much money hanging out there on head coaches like we had with Gruden, the 10-year contract that I forgot how many years he actually served of that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And just all of that. So I think that's the reason why, you know, Coach Antonio Pierce has a short contract. I don't think it's really because of.
Okay. So so let's say we go terrible this year because we don't have a quarterback.
We're already terrible.
Well, no. Wait, hold on. Time out. I'm still on the positive track here of when you say we're terrible.
Oh, we're positively terrible.
I'm just gonna throw it out there, all right? And then
we're positively terrible. And when you finish your point, I'm going to say, Twuan, you actually missed the quarterback that the Raiders drafted.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, here, let me get to my point. Before we start saying yes,
because of Connor Cook being drafted, that's why Dak went to the Dallas people.
And Connor Cook was I think he was like a 5th round fourth. Yeah, I was in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
All right. So here's my point. Twuan said, you know, no, we are terrible. Okay. Remember again, only 7 games have been played. And in the 7 games, we are equally as terrible as the Miami Dolphins, who has the same record.
Who don't have a quarterback. Who don't have a good quarterback.
The New York Jets, who have the same record. The New England Patriots, who is actually worse than us. They're 1-6. We're also equally as bad as or actually the Browns are in the worst position. They're 1-6. The Bengals right now, gentlemen, are only 3-4 because they won today against Cleveland. They're 3-4.
Okay.
We're also equally as bad as the Jacksonville Jaguars, who has a quarterback
with nothing else.
2-5, and we're not as bad as the Titans, who's 1-5, who spent a whole lot of money on receivers and offensive line, and actually low key, Twuan, their defense isn't that bad. If you look at the Titans defense, it's actually not terrible.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just saying that there's only 7 teams that can go to the playoffs. Right about now, looks like spot 5, 6, and 7 is still open, and it's anyone's game. So that's why I keep throwing out there the whole, we could either sit there and tell the fans and tell everybody we're going to roll with Gardner Minshew till the wheels fall off, and then we're going to do Carter Bradley until the wheels fall off.
Yes.
Or we can do a quick little higher Tannehill and see what happens.
Hey, what happened? I'm sorry, Twina. Let me say this real quick.
Yeah,
what happened? What happened the last time we pulled a quarterback off the couch?
Are you talking about Garoppolo? Okay.
I'm going back history. Last time the
Garoppolo was
Raiders
on the casting couch.
Yeah, well, no, Garoppolo was starring. He was the casting couch. No, I'm going back to a very nervous head coach who lost their quarterback and grabbed the quarterback literally off the couch that was a free agent.
Oh, Jeff Hostetler.
No.
Oh, no.
His name was Carson Palmer. And how'd that work out?
Oh, Carson Palmer. That's right. That's
right. And we spent a bunch of money on Carson Palmer, who did well, and then actually did well better when he left our team for the Cardinals, got paid a shit ton of money, and we lost all these picks in order to get him off the couch because he was still under contract with the Bengals. He was sitting out. He was holding out. At least with Tannehill, I will say this. Tannehill is as free comes. It's whatever money you want to spend on him. That's the only good thing you can say about Tannehill. But it's 7 weeks into the season, and I'm sure that he's been eating, like my old football coach used to say, I'm sure he's been eating them moon pies and drinking them RC colas because he was from the South. So I don't know what sort of condition he's in at this point. It's probably not the greatest football condition, even if he says he is, but he's going to be rusty and he's not in football shape. So you're spending a bunch of money on a quarterback that you're going to have to use 2 or 3 weeks just to get him up to par. I say Carter Bradley has been there, is in football shape, knows the playbook, what limited playbook it is, right, to do it. So I don't know, man. It's like, it would have been nice to have Joe Flacco at this point. It would have been nice to have, it would have been nice to have Mason Rudolph, who played for the Titans, today over what's his nose, the kid from Kentucky that plays for Tennessee, right? He ain't all that in a biscuit, but you know what? Mason Rudolph is a better quarterback than anybody you can shake a stick at, and Tannehill would be a nice pickup, but really at what cost? Money, sure.
It was going to cost that much, Cap.
Well, for what means? I don't know.
I just feel like he should have. I think it's like I just feel like it's too late. I feel like if we were going to go get a Tannehill, if we were going to go get a Flacco, it should have been right after training camp.
I agree.
When you can't tell me, that one of these quarterbacks beat out the other quarterback. Clearly. I feel like they just said, Gardner Minshew beat out AOC 12. I think it really was a stalemate.
Yeah, well, I think that AOC 12 would have started this season had he not thrown a pick six in the preseason game. I think that was the reason why Minshew won that is they were waiting for Minshew to win that, and he couldn't do it. They were waiting for him to win that, and he couldn't do it. And when O'Connell threw the pick six in the last preseason game, it was like, AP played the old Jewish guy from the aha, and that was the reason that they put Gardner Minshew in, and they said, well, look at what we got. We got a quarterback who he's a second-year quarterback, and he makes mistakes like that. Whereas Gardner Minshew is a vet. Okay. And I was behind I said, I didn't like the reasoning. I didn't agree with it, but I understood it. I understood the reason. I've talked to you about this, Angelo. I understood the reasoning behind Gardner Minshew being the starting quarterback. I didn't agree with it. Didn't like it. I thought that AOC 12.
And you can see now that when we were talking about a Cap on that show, why it was a bad idea. Because again, if we're airing out the grievances, right? If this is Festivus, Twuan,
hey, that was waiting for Festivus. And we're airing of the grievances. There you go.
If we're able to air out the grievances, my entire point was it doesn't matter. We didn't draft the quarterback. Let Aiden O'Connell have the reins for 7 weeks. And if the wheels fall off after 7 weeks, it's much easier to go, hey, Gardner, you did this for the Colts last year, so come on in. But now look what you got. You tried to sell a duck as a golden goose. Mm-hmm. It ended up being a duck. And then now your other thing that could have been something, I'm not saying his confidence is shot, but now he's not in the system. He's not in rhythm. His thumb is hurt. Like there's all these, and again, you did it backwards. You did it wrong. You did it wrong because you were trying to play it safe. So if we're at the point now, and again, I'm just trying to drive this idea home. If we're no longer playing it safe, then who cares if you pay Tannehill $5 million right now to take over the season? Your worst case scenario is still going to be Carter Bradley, right? Or but think of the optics right now, Captain Jack. Captain Jack right now has season tickets. He's paying flights, hotels. He's going to be the only black captain under a sea of red at Allegiant Stadium this coming weekend. This man spent a whole lot of money to see Carter Bradley be our starting quarterback.
I'm going to the game because I got a good-looking girl sitting next to me. I'll be honest.
Okay, but I'm just saying, Cap, right? All I'm trying to say here is that really like that? I mean, for me, it's not like it's easy to come up with money to get a ticket. I'm not buying a ticket to go see Carter Bradley. I'd rather go buy a ticket to see Tyson Bagent. You know what I mean?
Well, actually, if Ed Winchell can get me World Series tickets, I might have to see if the young lady who's a Dodger fan, I said, hey, do you really want to go to Vegas this weekend if my buddy can get us World Series tickets to game 1 and 2? And if he can do it, I'm gonna ask her that because she's a big Dodger fan. I know that you would rather go to a World Series game than to see this shit show that they're putting up in Vegas. Or maybe I can just say, well, we'll stay in Vegas for the Sunday game and we'll go to the game on Sunday, but maybe we can go. We don't have to go. Let's be in Vegas for Friday and Saturday and stay in LA where you're at and then fly out of LA, Sunday morning. I can do that depend upon if Ed gets his tickets. That's a big if, but that's all I'm saying. If that happens, hey, I will either be selling those tickets and going to the games, or I will be there for Sunday for the game, and you won't see me on Friday and Saturday. Because the only reason why I'm going to that game is because I have a game to go to. I want to be there for the fans, and I have a lady that I said, hey, we're going to go to a Raider game.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah, and that's what I mean, though, Cap. Like, Twuan, you're not rich, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to fly all the way to Allegiant, and you're going to get in that seat. Let's say you're going to buy one of Captain's tickets. For what, man? To go see Carter Bradley or Gardner Minshew? You're not doing that. You're not doing that.
I'd rather pay to go see Carter Bradley than Gardner Minshew, because at least with Carter Bradley, there's a fighting chance that we might actually win the game.
I agree.
But when you do that, what I'm saying is, for the next 11 weeks, you have, as an owner of an NFL team, you have already stamped it and said to your fan base, sorry, guys, this is what we're going with. And whatever it is what it is, right? And it doesn't seem like you're trying. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, man.
It's just like when you go to the restaurant and you your mouth's been watering for that good ribeye, and you go and the waiter the waiter comes to your table, you got your drink, you know what I'm saying, you already, they gave you the little nice bread to kind of tie you over, and then you order you order your ribeye, and then the waiter says, sorry, we're fresh out. Well,
we got the tilapia though.
That's what Mark Davis is doing right now. Hey, we're fresh out of quarterbacks here, so we got a good Carter Bradley for you if you want to try that.
I want to know what the hell I said that said all eyes on you says tell us something we don't know, and M-Face says that's right. I'm curious that what I said that inspired those comments. Tell us something we don't know, and that's right. I'm curious, but yeah.
Well, we're talking all eyes on D. We're talking solutions too. We're talking about optional solutions because obviously we already know what we got to go get in the draft this year. We got to go get a quarterback. I
got a nice look at that. Okay, yeah, that's.
Got it. Okay, got it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, most of the time that is true. That is true. Thanks, it's true, G. That is true.
Hey, if I'm watching the game with Shirley, I might not even watch the game. You know what I'm saying? My eyes is gonna be on Shirley. I'm just saying.
No, but anyway, but again, like it's early. I mean, I wish I could tell you guys that, oh yeah, we're just like the Patriots or the Bears or the Browns right now, where we're so out of it that we're out of it. But I just looked at the standings, and if we lost 3 games in a row, if we win enough games, 9-8 might get us in. Is it a wild card?
Hey, at this point, I just won 7 wins, so I win the Vegas bet. That's all and I said that 2 weeks ago. I said it 2 weeks ago that when I saw that this team was, I said, all I care about this season is 7 wins. So I got 2 tickets that I have in my possession that are winners for the over-under on wins, and I could cash them and at least make some of my money back. The other ones,
you know what, Cap? I might do that this week. I might go to the to one of the casinos just to see what is it now for the Raiders if they could win 7 wins or higher, or 6 wins or higher, because I bet you the odds are even greater now. It's probably like plus 1,000 for the Raiders if they could at least win 6 more games or something.
Yeah,
or 6 games.
I'd put another 20 on that if I wanted to lose another $20.
We got one more captain to bring in.
Hello, everybody. Salute.
Capitan Rafucho.
With the Yankee hat. Yes, I noticed that.
Uh-oh. He's going against the tribe. He's going for the Yankees.
Yep. You got to be careful with that, because I know that the worst series is going to be between New York or Los Angeles, Yankees or the Dodgers. I mean, but when it comes to Las Vegas Raiders, I mean, I was after watching the film study, and of course, but I was doing the Spanish play-by-play. I think we have everything under control, but it seems that there's nothing new on it. Nothing new. Nothing about the defense, the offense. I mean, the only point we just got an extraordinary play is Brock Bowers, Ellison, and Madison. But it seems that the whole team is being a completely disaster, because after we just suffered the 4th quarter, we almost this close to get a quarterback for Brock Bowers. But it seems that it just became a whole festival of field goals. But we almost getting close, but only 2 wins, and the next contender is going to be against Kansas City Chiefs. But if we need to get involved, train more, I mean, that could be a shocking surprise.
Well, I was going to say, who was our quarterback last year when we beat the Chiefs? It was
Aiden O'Connell.
It was T12. It was Aiden O'Connell.
Yeah.
With a good defense, because Aiden O'Connell had all of his completions in the first quarter and didn't have any after that. if we had Aiden O'Connell playing the full game today, we would have won. In my estimation, we would have won. If we had Aiden O'Connell playing next week, I like our chances a hell of a lot better. That's why I'm saying.
But we're not going to have him next week.
And I would still take a flyer on Carter Bradley over fucking Gardner Minshew.
So like check this out, Twuan. And this is what I was going to ask the group anyways, is whoever it is, let's say it's Gardner Minshew, Carter Bradley. You guys don't want to get Tannehill. All right, fine. Let's look at the remainder of the games here. Cap, you're actually paying money to come to Vegas to watch the Chiefs game. Do you honestly believe in your heart of hearts that we have a chance to beat the Chiefs if they do the stupid thing and put Gardner Minshew in the helm, which they probably will?
No.
Okay, that's a loss. Then the next two games to start our great November, our no-win November instead of
which by the way, I'll be at that game too in Cincinnati because I got front row tickets for that one.
Oh, that's awesome. All right. So instead of no nut November, Cap, it's going to be no-win November. To start off the no-win November for us, we're going on the road. The first one, November 3rd, is against the Bengals. Twuan, you're not going to tell me that we're going to beat the Bengals. Are you going to tell me honestly that we're beating the Bengals? Because I don't think so.
With Carter Bradley, yes, we are. All things are possible.
That's what I said. With Carter Bradley, we actually have a better chance of beating the Bengals, who, by the way, I think are winless at home.
I think
are winless at home.
Oh my
God. With Carter Bradley and our defense and the way the Bengals are playing at home, I'll take Carter Bradley on a win in Cincinnati.
Okay. Hey, all right. That Cap, that's you dreaming that Mark Davis doesn't care about the fact that he literally gave $15 million to Gardner Minshew to go play.
He doesn't.
All Mark Davis got to do is go look at the tape and see how Gardner Minshew has been a turnover machine since he's been under center. And that's why I hate to say it like that in regards to Carter Bradley, but it's just like I said earlier, I'd rather have a quarterback going out there that's trying his darndest to make a play and he turned the ball over, but to be conservative and still turn the ball over, I can't deal with it. And that's with Minshew. Unfortunately, I hate to say that about dude, but it is what it is with him. And that's why, even with Captain Jack, when Captain Jack said about Aiden O'Connell, like if Aiden O'Connell was healthy the whole game, we would have won the game. Why? Because up until that point, we were playing a clean game. The whole reason why the reason why the game started to really get real interesting just in general was because of the turnovers. So and I think that was the recipe for the game in the beginning. Like the game plan was like, look, if we just don't turn the ball over and we don't beat ourselves, we'll come out with the dub. And what did we end up doing as a team? We beat ourselves. And that goes on Minshew.
And so that's what I mean is this is why I keep throwing it out there to you guys. Because when I look at the schedule, if we're going Carter Bradley, let's say magically that's what happens. AP goes tomorrow and he goes, we're going to go with Carter Bradley. Aiden O'Connell is going to be in the injured reserve. So we've elevated Carter Bradley now, and that's who we're going with. Hey, what are you guys doing with Gardner Minshew? Next question. Let's say that's what happens. Okay. There's the Chiefs, which we'll lose to with Carter Bradley. There's the Bengals in Cincinnati, which we'll lose to with Carter Bradley. And then we get to see the Dolphins. And if things weren't bad enough, we get to see the Dolphins with Twua playing. Oh, yay. So we'll probably lose there too. So the next game
I was going to go to that game, and I didn't want to go to that game because I've seen enough of Miami. Seriously, I really did not want to go to that game. But And now I can actually make the excuse to the president of the South Florida Raider Booster Club. I said, "Do you really want me to go to a game that I don't want to go to when they actually have a quarterback and we don't, and go to a place that I don't want to go to? I can save my money, staying at my house in Tampa and not going to the game. I have no desire to go to Miami. Now the Tampa game I'm going to because." Again, I got front row tickets, and I'm going to be welcoming Raider fans that go to the game here, and that's in December. And a lot can happen between now and December. But I'm not. I don't think I'm going to go. I don't think I'm going to that Miami game. Fuck that. That's money I don't need to spend.
So that's what I'm saying, Cap. Is if we go with this Carter Bradley genius move that you guys keep talking about, we're now looking at 2-8, coming back home to play the Broncos on Thanksgiving weekend or pre-Thanksgiving weekend.
Yeah.
Honestly, Cap, come on, man. I hope we beat the Broncos because we need to get a win, but the slide will just keep continuing here. It doesn't get easier. We get the Chiefs after the Broncos, then we get the Buccaneers, who's playing out of their minds right now, right? Then we get the Falcons with Kirk Cousins. Then it's the Jaguars who's starting to put it together. But, we might get the number 1 pick just because we're going to lose so damn much if we don't get a quarterback.
But we're not going to get a quarterback until after the season because your only options are Carter Bradley and Tannehill.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
So but let me tell you about this one. I mean,
what does it matter if we pay $5 million, $7 million to Tannehill now? Who cares?
Yeah, but let me tell you about this something because I know there is a few persons. It seems that why Carter Bradley is not the starting quarterback because people are getting really tired of watching Gardner Minshew or Aiden O'Connor play the rolling interception machines because if you get that kid, which is Carter Bradley, I mean, he absolutely lit it off during the preseason, but he can get on the field. I mean, what is in the world right now? Because in this days of the child, we will be sure, but he does get a lot of reps in that because on these days, I mean, after watching Bradley slinging the ball over the field during preseason, because there's only to sit on the bench whether the games really count. I mean, they don't want to see in another lost season because I really can't because he just seemed like the light up against for the 49ers of the preseason because that was on every single passing through. So what do you think that they didn't want? So if Antonio Pierce is going to say, "Oh, Carter Bradley is going to be the starting quarterback of the season," that would be really shocking at all, because we have some games, the crucial games, we had to do. Because after that, you see Kansas City Chiefs, Cincinnati Bengals. Also, there is Jacksonville Jaguars, Atlanta Falcons, New Orleans Saints. But I think what I used to about your point, Angelo. I mean, my only point is going to one game of the Raiders game because that's one of my dream goals, going to a one Raider game of that season before I die, because I know that as much that I had to go to a rookie fan, because I know that I'm a fan for 2-3 years, and my intention is going to at least one Raider game because I've been saving money for a few weeks ago to go to a one Raider game because I know the entrance, the tickets are very expensive, but I was trying to go to a Raider game and saving money, and of course the travel expenses.
Well, it depends on how much money you got there, Capitan Refucho. I got 2 tickets that might be available for you.
Okay, gotcha. Because I ain't trying to go to save the money and go to the travel at least one city that I can go to watch the Raiders of that season. So that would be pretty much amazing.
And here's what I'm saying. See how Capitan just said, "I'd like to do that, but it's going to cost a lot, blah, blah, blah." So really, Capitan Refucho, you would want to do that fully knowing your team's going to lose. You see what I'm trying to say? You don't want to do that. You want to go to a game where you believe your team can win. And the only way you're going to believe your team can win is if we had a quarterback for the foreseeable 11 weeks to actually get the ball to Brock Bowers, Jacoby Myers, and Cap, man. that's why I agree with, like, I can't see Carter Bradley being that guy, so to say. He's
Well,
like,
yeah,
the last
but
resort.
you still haven't told me, and nobody knows the answer to this, how long Aiden O'Connell is going to be out.
Yeah, I looked it up, and there's like split
Probably.
reports right now on it. I'm still
Yeah.
looking it up right now to see if there's because he says it hurt, but one of the things that made people think that maybe it's not that serious yet is Aiden said, I think I had something like this back in grade school or something like that. So he's making it seem like it's not that bad, but I don't know. Like I said, I don't know.
But it seems that because if at worst anything, he could be like on the team or starting the quarterback. I mean, the preseason between for Carter Bradley means like nothing for the quarterback position, because if they want to play with that defense against third string, I mean, there's reason. It's like a where to late pick quarterbacks to do anything, and even Raider to undrafted quarterbacks to do anything. I mean, do you really think it's gonna be like really worse than Minshew or McConnell? Because if they want to get like a proof about it, because if they want to get like a practice and give like the kid a chance, because how much worse did he want it? I mean, we're 2-5, 2-5. I mean, it becomes like something disaster. And when it comes to like the decisions, I know the coaching decisions, the problems and everything, but I believe that someone got to take care of the quarterback situation. If they had some both arm technique, if they had the worst thing when it comes, because I know we have it at the worst quarterback room, just like I'm Gardner mentioning it in O'Connor, but if we need to get improved at this level so we can show it up.
Yeah, I mean, I don't, I'm still looking it up right now, Cap. I don't know what it'll be, but let's just assume the worst, because a lot of people are saying it might be a broken thumb. He goes to the IR. Carter Bradley gets elevated. Twuan, is Gardner Minshew this week still in the roster? Or at what point? Because you could have him as a backup all you want. And if Carter Bradley gets hurt, guess who's coming right back in anyway? So what do you do here, Twuan? What do you do?
Take yourself off mute. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
I do the stupid stuff all the time. Anyway, so unfortunately, I'll say this, and as much as I would like it to be the other way, they're going to go with Minshew.
See?
And
that's what I was saying, Cap. Go ahead, Twuan.
It's going to be because he's the veteran. Even though his performance is not showing a veteran like of ability, but he's the veteran. And I know that's the way that they're going to go. As much as, like I said, as much as I would like to see Carter Bradley at this point, Minshew's going to be the starter. Unfortunately.
And Cap, think about that. You're going to that game, that sea of red game, frustrated. Because you're going to be watching Gardner Minshew throwing interceptions.
No, I ain't watching shit. I'm going to be, like I said, I'm going to be hanging out with the young lady that's next to me sitting watching the game because she wants to go see the Raiders. That's the reason why I'm going. I'm telling you that. And by the way, like I said, I will get in touch with her. I said, do you really? Because I was saying that, yeah, I was feeling this is the, the Chiefs game. Yeah. This is the game that we're going to win. Yes. No. So I'm going to, I said, and I'm going to say, do you really want to go to this game? Or, do you want to do something? You want to go to a show? Because I'll sell the tickets. Or, because she hasn't been, as far as I know, she hasn't been to Allegiant in really good seats. I don't know, but I'm going to let her, I'm going to give her that what do you call it? I'm gonna give her that heads up. Said, hey, I want to go because I know you want to go. I said, but if you don't really want to go, I wouldn't hate you for it, because again, I know that's it's your weekend away. So I want to be that. I want to be that wonderful, person that's taken her out to all of the good things that she can go to. You know, the Saturday night events where, you know, the Raiders have the eye candy party over at Mandalay Bay, the Saturday events over at the I can't remember where it is, but it's where all the other fans go. So it's the events. It's the Raider weekend. That's why I said this is what we're going to do. And then on Sunday, we're going to go to the game. It's the whole weekend. So I will enjoy that, and I'm sure that you will enjoy that. I ain't going to enjoy the outcome unless for some reason Ryan Tannehill is getting the playbook right now, like what's his nose did
the dude
coming
from
off
the Rams.
Yeah, the dude from the Rams that beat us with the help of the officials when we went to L.A. the last time to play the Rams.
I'm going to say Sam Brad. It wasn't Sam Bradford.
No, it's not Sam Bradford. It's the Baker Mayfield. Okay,
Baker Mayfield. Yeah.
If Ryan Tannehill is getting the playbook right now, like Baker Mayfield got the Rams playbook a couple years ago and beat us with the help of the officials the last time we went to SoFi to play the Rams. So if you're going to, and again, it can happen. But do we really? Thanks, Sal. I was like, who is that fucker? And he's here in Tampa, and I can't stand him as well. But unless because he's the only quarterback available right now that is available that we don't have to pay for. Because any other quarterback you can shake a stick at, you're going to have to pay for. And if that is, so it's going to be Carter Bradley, who knows the playbook. And I agree with Allegiance, at least he knows the playbook. He can run the plays. He's got the football acumen. He's got an arm. And I liked what I saw with him.
And the only tape they got on him is preseason.
Yeah.
Like you said, it is an element of surprise.
Yeah.
But
I agree.
Again, Cap, I'm just looking at things like I still believe that one of the biggest needs that we have when we're going into the draft next year is going to be the big boys, tackle or a guard. But I'm thinking really if I'm being honest, I'm thinking more tackle because I don't know how much more legs Colton Miller has, and do we really want to renew him again as he's getting older versus we could still let him play. Like, I think we have him for one more year after this one. So if we get the left tackle of the future now, and I know some people want it to be Thayer Mumford, but honestly, I don't know if it's going to be him anyway.
I like Thayer Mumford, but you know what? He hasn't proven that he can do what I figured he would be doing. Okay.
Oh, there you go.
And so, yeah, for those people on the list, okay, Merrick, yes, face on, he can go. Go back.
I'm looking at it because I'm trying to figure out, because I thought I could have swore Colton Miller's name was on this list. I don't think so.
No, I think he signed for at least another year through. So yeah, I'll say
tell you right now, Cap, Colton Miller currently right now is he signed a 5-year contract in 2021. This is year 4, 2025. He'll be 30 years old. That's his final year.
Yeah, so we're gonna draft. We need to draft a tackle, a good tackle, and Glaze. I'm very happy with what we got at right tackle. You know, he's a rookie, but you know he's played. Glaze has played better than Mumford has the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's the and JPJ is playing well for being a rookie. Okay. I think that he's going to go to center, and talk about bad contracts.
Andre James is a bad contract.
Andre James is a bad contract. So I think that JPJ slides over to center. We get another. We need to get 2 more guards and a tackle, unless Mumford can play one of those guards.
And this is what I'm saying is, so if you draft a quarterback, but you don't got the left tackle of the future to protect this guy, you're missing out on, I'll just name two right now. In LSU this year, there's Will Campbell, who is 6'6", 325 cap. He plays, I think, the left tackle in LSU. The other guy who plays right tackle is Emory Jones, who's 6'6", 322. Those are the top two projected right now for tackle.
Okay, I you know what? I don't care what their size is. I really don't, because if that, I mean, I like the measurables that you know 6'6" and 3 bills. I get it, but if you're 6'6" and 3 bills and you have feet of stone, you can't move, like i.e. Tyler Mumford, whatever the fuck his name,
Thayer Mumford.
Thayer Mumford. Right. You know, he's got the measurables, but he's not up to that. And I was high on him. I said, okay, the kid can do all of those things, playing from Ohio State, and he was like a decent selection. Right now, he's a guard projection. Okay, or he slides in at left tackle because he played better at left tackle than he did at the right side. Okay,
right,
and that's saying a bit, but. You know, we need to see, because we need a tackle, we need a guard for sure, and Mumford is going to be one of those people that we'll look at for one of those positions, either the left tackle, or we draft one, or another guard, or we draft one. And you know, I saw Meredith out there playing. He didn't play bad, but you know, I don't know how bad the Rams defense is. I'll tell you what. You throw those guys up against the Denver defense the way that they're playing, they're going to get their asses handed to them.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, so let me answer Raider Allegiance question on the chat. So currently in 2024, if we were to let Colton Miller go for any reason, the dead money on him is $6.75 million. The cap savings is at 8.930, but if he plays the entire year and we go all the way, we are going to be paying Colton Miller $15.68 million this year, and then next year we're paying him the same amount. The difference is the dead money versus cap savings. So next year, if we just like traded him or let him go or whatever, our dead money is 3.3 million. But we saved 12 million. That's why I was saying, like, when we're talking about the draft, if we're not able to get a Cam Ward or a Shedeur Sanders, are we really going to pass up on one of these great possible left tackles?
No. Get the best fucking offensive lineman available, or get the best edge rusher available to throw alongside Max, because I like Kuntz, I do, but he's still you're banking on somewhat of a risk. If you got a kid at edge that falls to us or whatever it be, okay, there you go. You got your edge. But I personally think that we bank on Kuntz and get the guard or the tackle in the first round if you don't get Ward or Sanders. That's my thinking, and you can call me wrong, but that's what I want. I want Cam Ward or Shedeur Sanders if Sanders checks out where he's not going to be a spoiled rotten, you know, whatever, you know, because of his dad. Okay, if he has the football intelligence and is just going to be able to play outside of his daddy's shadow, and we don't have to deal with the shit that goes through with having a last name of Sanders, fine. Okay, give me Ward, give me Sanders, or give me the best tackle or guard that is available, preferably tackle in the first round, and then that's who you go for. Then you start filling it out as well. If the quarterbacks aren't available, there's going to be plenty of good quarterbacks in the second round. And Derek Dallas Carr, as you know, Sharif likes to call him by his full name, was a second round quarterback when Khalil Mack dropped to us. Okay, we did pretty okay with those two guys. Okay, so you get those guys, either the tackle or the quarterback, or flip flop them, right? And then you still need offensive linemen. You still need these players. I think we're a lot thinner, and I'm looking at it as well. I thought we were a lot better prepared this year in who we picked up as backup players. But man, I tell you, the injury bug, as well as the, I think we overrated. Like I said, Mumford's been injured, but Mumford's played like shit overall since we've had him. And Andres Pete, played like shit in the preseason, and he's not playing, so that should tell you something.
Yeah.
So we're lighter than what we have. I mean, we have the best rookie tight end this year, like Sam Laporta was last year. And if Mayer would have been used correctly, Mayer would have given Sam Laporta his money's worth. But Brock Bowers is the best rookie tight end coming out, period. Okay, we see that. So we were lucky for that. But we need a lot more. We need at least 2 more drafts just to actually be what I thought we would be this year. And gentlemen, it is 1:00 in the morning here on the East Coast. I see BX Wrestling is here. Good to see you as well, there, shipmate.
All right.
Hope you get a chance. If you're not subscribed to my bullshit channel, come on over and see me sometime and be there as well. I know Rafa's on. I think Angelo is on my channel sometimes, so I know that he's
Yeah.
and Twuan as well. But gentlemen, I've enjoyed it, but it is even getting late for us old bastards. Even though I don't work tomorrow, I do have things to do tomorrow, like pick up my F-150 that's going to look cherry nice, and I'll put some pictures of it. Other than I don't have the nice rims now, okay, and the new tires. So once I need new tires, I will get some badass blacked out rims and brand new tires on that sumbitch. It's going to look pure, like Richard Pryor said in Silver Streak. It's going to look like pure pussy, man. It's going to be great. Okay, so y'all check it out.
All right.
Okay.
See you, Jack.
Salute, brother.
Hey, thanks, Cam Jack. Thanks for the knowledge.
Salute,
Congratulations
everything.
on that new truck stuff. That's gonna be awesome.
Well, no, it's my new old truck. I still got the new truck, but it's the new old truck. So yeah, I'll have that. Y'all take care. I'm gonna bounce. So be well. Thanks again for the invite.
Thanks, Cap. Thank you.
Hey, we got a new guest in. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I've met you before, but how are you doing tonight?
I'm good. Just depressed about the Patriots.
Okay. Are you a Patriots fan?
Yep, born and raised.
Okay.
I'm not a bandwagon. Okay, I'm not a bandwagon.
Oh no.
Even though I was born during the era where we were winning a lot, I'm still not a bandwagon.
Yeah. So what? Because this is normally this is the Raider channel, but we also talk other NFL. So what's going on with the Patriots? Tell us about the Patriots. What's going on with them?
It's just been disappointing. I'm gonna be honest. Just we fucking suck.
Okay.
I'm gonna say I thought Jacoby was the problem, but Drake May has been doing a thing. It's our defense. We gotta get more pieces on defense. Like I know our cornerbacks, Marcus Jones has been doing good. We also have Christian Gonzalez doing good. Also, our D line's been amazing, but we just got to step it up. You can't lose to the Jaguars out of every team. The Jaguars.
You know, that's why they call it Any Given Sunday. But it's interesting to watch you guys because, the Patriots actually, the strong suit of you guys used to be really your defense. You know what I'm saying? And I was with Belichick. But since you guys got a new coach, that might be the change there, where it might change to being a better offensive team for you guys. But you guys are fairly young, I believe, as a roster too. So some kind of like us, we have a young team, for the most part, and sometimes that just takes time, unfortunately.
It does. Most of the receivers were drafted this year.
Yeah.
Our veteran offense is Kendrick Bourne and friggin' Ramondre Stevenson and Antonio Gibson. Those are only basically veteran offensive key players.
Yeah. So what are your thoughts on Drake May, your quarterback?
He's been doing his thing for the past 2 games. He did a thing this year, this game, 200 some passing yards, 2 touchdowns. But we just got to step up on defense sometimes. You can't let the Jaguars score 30 points on you. Like, that's just sad.
Yeah. Yeah. So do you watch any other NFL games? Did you happen to watch?
I watch mostly every NFL game I can.
Okay. So did you get a chance to watch the Raiders versus the Rams today?
Not really, but I've seen the highlights. And
Okay.
the thing is, with the Raiders, you guys are fairly young. It's like the Patriots, it's gonna take a while to get to compete in the divisions that we're in. Because the Bills, the Dolphins, and the Jets are all good in my division. You guys have the Chiefs in your division. But with the right key players in the draft, you guys can compete.
Yeah. Dixon said Aaron Rodgers is more washed than when they had Brett Favre.
They still somehow dropped some points on us and beat us.
Yeah, I know that the storyline, thank goodness for us, Twuan, is that you know how it was a big thing. Oh, Devontae Adams, he's gonna be the savior. He went to the Jets. Bro, they lost to the Steelers worse than we lost to the Steelers.
And he only had 30 yards.
And that's what I'm saying is it's like he literally left this 2-5 team to go to that 2-5 team. It's like you just went to you. All you did is go to East Coast version of the Raiders, man. Have fun. Really good defense. Can't put it together on offense. Good job.
Nope. Unless they're playing the Patriots this year, then they absolutely dog walk us.
Well, I mean, like, look, what I'll say about the Patriots and why I give you the pass is from what I've seen of Drake May so far, and it's only been 2 games, but you guys keep developing that kid. He's gonna be something because he makes some solid throws, man. I'm like, this kid's gonna be somebody. And then I like Demario Douglas. I like Jalen Polk. Like, I like all of your future stuff. So no matter how bad it is for you right now, 3-4 years from now, you're going to be like, hey, our team is going to be contending for the next 10 years.
We're so bad. We might have the first.
We're just starting over, bro. We're just still trying to figure it out.
Yeah. Honestly,
make sure you guys hit that like button while you guys are out there. Appreciate
honestly,
that.
I wouldn't be mad if we got the first pick because I want Tyler Hunt. I want what is it? Tyler? No, what's his name? From Colorado. What's his name? I forgot his name.
Oh, you want
Travis Hunter?
Yes, I want him. Give me him.
Okay, that's good because we need a quarterback. So feel free to take him.
The way we're playing, we're going to be the first overall. We're going to get the first overall pick.
You actually might get the first overall pick if I'm being honest.
Travis Hunter.
And you see what I'm saying, Twuan? Like at least with the Patriots, they're being honest with themselves. They're like, we're just going to let our rookies play. We're going to let our young players play. And whatever games we win is the games we're going to win. And whatever games we lose is the games we're going to lose. Like, they don't care. Why can't, for us, Twuan, we're undecided. Are we deciding to salvage the season? Or if we are not deciding that, then why not just sit there and just tell that to everybody then? Like Max Crosby is one of our untouchables. I don't want to see Max hurt.
Exactly.
If we're going to lose anyways, then screw it. Then let's sit Max down. So what's the issue with that, Twuan? Because you're going to say contract money thing, right?
Hey, I don't think they'll tell anybody anyway. I think they'll just make decisions like, hey, look, surprise. This is who we got today. Well, I think that's just how they're going to run things, especially because, we're trying, especially for us Raiders, we're trying to keep, people in the seats, right? We're trying to keep, and not just people in the seats, but we're trying to keep Raiders in the seats, So, yeah, we definitely got a tough issue. I think the positive though, since we do have a Patriot fan on here, is that even though he might be higher in the draft, we know that they ain't gonna be trying to get a quarterback. So
I know.
I know. What's scary is if Miami continues to lose, they're gonna go get a quarterback. But even if they don't, Twuan,
You talking about Miami?
I think Miami's still going to get a quarterback, man.
I think
No,
so.
they got Skylar Thompson, the GOAT. They got the GOAT as a backup. Skylar Thompson, K-State legend.
You know, it's funny. I actually saw him in preseason, and I was like, I like his game. I just don't know if it's, I don't know how that's going to translate when the bullets really start flying and he's playing like the number ones. You know what I'm saying? But what he was doing in preseason, I like Skylar coming at a,
He hasn't done so well, bro. He has not done so well.
No, he hasn't. But he's amazing on Madden.
Oh
He's
man,
a franchise legend. He won me 6 Super Bowls in a row.
And there's a lot of players that look good on Madden, man.
I mean, that's for real. But I just wanted to tell you that I'm gonna drop off right now because I know it's very too late at the East Coast. But I gotta tell you for this one, there was one last thing. I mean, after we just saw for like the quarterbacks to a big lot, and also because it seems that we have a quarterback purgatory, because it seems that after all the injury reports, after they find like the bad techniques, I mean, of what in the world would just happen right now. But I just really hope that, well, I guess for the next week, I mean, if we got like really good enough at our defense, I mean, that would be shocking at all. So I just wanted to tell you that salute to everybody else, salute to BS Wrestling, because I know that guy, because he was like one of the first times that I just saw one of my podcasts. But also salute to you, Raider Twuan. Much love and blessings to you. Also to a Raider transplant around Jello. So I just wanted to tell you, much love, blessings, and respect from El Capitano Fucho, the Spanish play-by-play GOAT. So I just wanted to tell you, salute to everybody else, and have a good night.
Thanks, Capitano Fucho. We appreciate you, man. Thank you so much.
Fucking Stizan. Twuan, hit that like button. Why? Because I like you.
I love that, Twuan. That's awesome. That is awesome. No, so I mean, like, we got a Patriots guy in here who understands kind of what we're going through. But like, again, like a lot of us are like, Twuan, your dream scenarios, we end up in the top 6 draft, right? Then we get like Shedeur Sanders to fall into us. Okay. Panthers are probably going to end up drafting before us. What do you think?
Yeah,
I don't think Andy Dalton could win them more games, dude. I think their schedule is too hard because they lost again today.
I think they like Bryce Young.
You don't think they're gonna go get a quarterback, bro?
No.
Okay, all right, okay. So Patriots aren't gonna do it. Panthers aren't gonna do it. All right, okay, because again, if we're already, they
just got Bryce Young. Like I don't think he's that much of a wash that they're like, oh, we drafted him. Oh, now
Adam Schefter put him on the trade rumors. Bryce Young. So I'm just saying. All right, let's say it's the Jets, guys, because like I said, man, I think the Jets are unrealistic. They're now 2-5, just like us. So let's say the Jets draft before us. Who are they taking, Twuan?
Not a quarterback.
Yeah. They're taking a quarterback, bro, if they draft before us. So we know the Patriots won't. We know the Broncos won't. We know the Browns are going to take a quarterback before us too, bro. If the Browns do terrible, they're probably going to get Cam Ward. Right? So that's what I mean. Is it's not as easy to get these quarterbacks. That's what I'm saying. Is we're still in that level of, okay, if the Titans, who right now is 1-5, Will Levis is supposed to be injured now, right? If the Titans end up picking before us, who do you think they're taking, Twuan?
They're not taking a quarterback.
Why not? Will Levis isn't great.
I think they believe in Will Levis.
Mayo guy?
Yeah, see, Mayo guy.
Hey, some people love Mayo.
No. Fuck Jared Mayo.
No, that's why I'm saying is it's like I don't think it's that easy versus, and I still feel like I don't know, Twuan. I'm one of these people that just believe that you can't let our defense keep playing that hard and expecting them to just like walk into locker rooms and walk into building and feel good about it. I mean, they're putting their bodies on the line, man. And they are all like telepathically looking at each other, knowing the problem is they don't have a quarterback.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean is if Tannehill costs $10 million, who cares? Because as long as somebody can deliver the ball to the players, we'll win some games. And right now, if you tell everybody we're going to go with Minshew, which you like you said, I don't think they have any reason to say we're going to go with Carter Bradley. So they're going to say some crap like Aiden's hurt, we got to go with Minshew. It'll be whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. Like I saw today, and I don't know if you caught this, Jack Jones was trying to give Gardner Minshew a pep talk. And I looked at my brother and my wife and I said, you notice how Max isn't even looking that way? It's because Max doesn't even want to give him a pep talk because he's done, dude. He's done.
But he's already gave him a pep talk. You remember? I
remember that at the Ravens game. But that's what I'm saying is they're done.
So, I get that aspect of it. Like, look, I already talked to you. Like, dude, if you can't come in here and know who you are and show that, then, because despite it, like, the sad thing about it though is, every time we, unfortunately, and I know it might be, the Patriots might have the same situation. Anytime, we lose a game, then it's like, oh, Max Crosby needs to get traded, or, the top player needs to get traded. And it's like, you keep saying that. Sometimes, you keep saying it enough, it might turn into a reality.
Trade Jacoby Brissett.
What will you get? If you give us Jacoby Brissett, what do we got to give you?
A hot dog and a handshake.
Done. We need a quarterback.
Hey, some people, you guys might hate Jacoby Brissett, but I ain't gonna be mad. I kind of like Jacoby Brissett.
I mean, you guys can give us Jacoby Myers back.
Nope.
God dang it! Why not? I want him back.
So give me your opinion on Jacoby Myers.
Jacoby Myers, in my opinion, he did not deserve to leave. It was one of the things that Belichick did that I hated, that the organization did that I hated, because Jacoby Myers he was talented, but we just traded him for, what did we even trade him for? I forgot. That's how bad it was. It was like a draft pick or something.
I don't even think it was a draft. I think we got him on free agency.
It was a donut.
Yeah, see, with Jacoby Myers, I wanted him back, but obviously the organization didn't want him back, which was stupid. But now that we got a better head coach who can actually talk,
Gord.
Not Brissett was good as a backup. He's just not good as a starter. He won us one game, and that was the home. That was the first game of the season, was against the Bengals, and that's all he won. He couldn't beat the Jets. We lost in overtime to Seattle. Who else did we lose to? I don't remember.
Yeah. Dalton beat us. I don't want him. Hey, it's at this point in regards to the quarterback position, as much as we want Carter Bradley, it's not gonna happen.
It's Gardner Minshew.
Not what I want, but it's not gonna happen. It's gonna be Gardner Minshew.
I would say you guys should draft Will Howard out of Oklahoma. No particular reason.
He's that quarterback.
Yeah, out of Oklahoma. He went to Kansas State. That's the only reason I say you guys should draft him.
Yeah, no, that's what we've been talking about. El Mandiq 420. Yeah, SoCal. I don't know. I think Dalton did get benched. I don't know.
Dalton got benched for Bryce Young.
Wow.
Hey, and Mondo, you know what it is? What makes it even more trash is that there was 4 turnovers and we were still in the game at the end and still lost. That's like it would be and I think that's what makes it even more frustrating for fans. Like, you turn the ball over 4 times and you still had a chance to win the game and you lost the game. It would be one thing if you had turn the ball over 4 times and you got blown out because of those turnovers, but no, you were still in the game and you still lost. Make sure you guys hit that like button. If you guys have not, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Okay, whether you're a Raider fan or a non-Raider fan, we talk Raiders, but we also talk the NFL. Okay,
that's how bad it was. Is that in every game I feel like we're in it and we lose anyways. Oh, Mondo went to the game.
Oh, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry you was at the game. You know what I'm saying? All my folks from LA, you know what I'm saying? All my LA content, you know what I'm saying, folks going to SoFi and haven't watched the win.
Was there less Raider fans there this time, Mondo? And I was saying that earlier, all eyes on G. When they get all their players back, the Rams are going to be good.
I mean, that's what it's going to be with them anyway. And that's why, the past 2 weeks, you can say the same thing. Both teams are not really not extremely talented, but they have good coaching. Tomlin, good coach. McVay, good coach. And especially with Tomlin, no matter what roster he has, they always end up going to the playoffs. And it's because he just knows how to, you know what I'm saying, dial it up.
Dude, if the Ravens lose tomorrow, they're number 1 in the division. The Steelers.
If the Ravens lose?
Mm-hmm.
Who they playing?
Ravens are playing, if I'm not mistaken, it is a big game against the Buccaneers. Let me make sure I check.
Whoa.
Let's go.
So, yeah,
the
Steelers are 5-2. The Ravens are 4-2. And the Ravens are playing the Buccaneers tomorrow on Monday Night Football.
That might actually happen because, Tampa's been playing some good ball.
Mm-hmm.
It's all working out and I'm telling you, man, if you rewatch the game, Twuan, Russell Wilson looked like he could cook, man.
I don't know why they benched Justin Fields though. That man brung him to
because
winning.
Russell Wilson can actually make a pass, dude.
I just feel bad for Justin though.
But what would you rather be? The backup to a team that's going to go to the playoffs and you know you're going to get some touches? Or the starter for a team that's just losing?
Backup. Because if I'm starting and we're losing, I'm going to be the one to get blamed.
Yeah, SoCal, you're right, man. Tomlin is hella good at coaching.
What is he like is he like the fourth coach in Steeler history or something like that? Like
Yeah,
they only got
they've
like
only had
4 or
four
5
coaches.
coaches or something like that. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, they don't fire their coaches a lot.
Because they're good every year.
I
They
was
don't
going
really
to
need
get
to
to you,
fire a
man.
coach. Oh no, not the Dodgers.
Yeah. I'm about to wrap it up in a couple of minutes, man. We've been live for 2 hours. We put in a quick 2 hours, man.
Well, going into again next week, Twuan, what are you thinking? We're losing, right?
Nah, we're going to win with Carter Bradley, man. I'm playing. Already said he ain't playing, but yeah, look.
So let me put this one out there. How badly does that hurt? That the team that you beat and embarrassed on Christmas Day last year is the team who won the Super Bowl in your stadium and will now proceed to beat the shit out of you this weekend.
Nah, y'all got this.
Not bad, because you know why? We are what we are. Like, we're banged up, got young people, you know what I'm saying, trying to play roles. Our offense ain't there. So what are you going to do against a playoff team? Lose.
The only undefeated team left, dude. They're the only undefeated team left. It's Kansas.
Y'all are gonna win. I pray y'all win.
Dude, that would be the most craziest story
Hey,
if we do it.
Hey, look, logic says that we're going to lose, but, you know, it might be a situation where the ball just rolls our way.
Yeah. Don't the Patriots play the Jets next week?
The Patriots play. Let me see. I think it is the Jets. Hold on.
We get to kick Aaron Rodgers' ass.
Hold on. Relax, man. I'm not sure yet. Oh yeah, no, it's totally the Jets. You guys are playing the Jets next week.
I'm praying we hurt Aaron Rodgers.
You're playing the Jets in New England.
I wish that's what it was, Loon.
Oh yeah, I hope we beat the Jets. I'm gonna be honest, because after the loss to the Jets, it still hurts.
Well, apparently, like I said, man, Devontae Adams, he was like, I'm going to go to a better situation. If y'all had him on fantasy, he got you 6 points. Just so that you know. Devontae Adams and Aaron Rodgers was not a good mix.
Nope, and we're gonna lock Devontae down.
It might get better. I mean, that was the first week that they were together. But yeah, still they should have been able to beat.
So how embarrassing would that be, bro, if they can't beat the Patriots?
The
Patriots
laugh.
is 1-6.
We're going 2-6. We're going 2-6.
See,
and that's all the wins I need.
Hey, speaking of Patriots, hey, what's going on with Christian Gonzalez?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that he's been second year has not been very good.
Okay. Because I haven't heard much from him, so that's why I was just wondering. I was like, because I know that was one of the guys that we were looking at in the draft.
Yeah, a really good talent from Oregon.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's been injured. He tore something last year, so I mean, it's gonna take a while for him to get back to where he used to be his first 4 games he was playing.
Yeah.
Before he got injured.
Dude, that's going to be painful. Jets Patriots is playing to not be last. That sucks.
Yay.
Hey,
that sucks.
Hey, we was doing that a couple of weeks ago against the Broncos.
No, I know, but the difference is, the Broncos is about to come. They're about. You're about to. I mean, I know everybody's high on the Broncos. Blah blah blah. They're playing the Panthers, dude, in Denver. That's a trap game. And then here it comes, Twuan. Broncos after the Panthers this coming week goes Broncos Ravens, Broncos Chiefs,
God,
Broncos Falcons, then Broncos Raiders. Bro, they could go 0-4 right there. They could go. They could have a 0-4 November.
I think they play us this year as well.
Broncos do not play the Patriots.
Okay, I was just thinking about last year, I guess. I don't know. Bo Nix is good, so I'd be scared to play him. I'm gonna be honest.
Bo Nix is good at running. I don't know about the throwing part yet. I'm not sure.
I mean, they've been winning games.
Yeah, because their defense is good. The Broncos defense is actually legit.
Yeah. I'm just hoping the Patriots go on a 10-game winning streak and make the playoffs.
Gord Peterson's asking what's going on with Barmore.
Christian Barmore he's been decent.
That's another guy.
He was injured for most of the year. I think he might still be injured. Yeah,
no, all eyes on G. That's what we were saying, man. As Jets is playing New England in New England for the base. That's the basement bowl. Whoever wins that game is in last place.
Yay!
So that's pretty rough, man.
At least I got Kansas State football to watch to keep me happy.
Yeah, Twuan, I got UNLV football to watch, dude. So get UNLV versus Boise State this Friday. Big game.
No, you're going against Michael Myers.
Yeah, we're going against Ashton Genty, baby. I'm telling you, man. We'll see. It'll be fun to see Ashton Genty, but at the same time, not a lot of people are giving enough credit to UNLV defense. They're really good. Woodall, Catalan. That's a good defense, man. We got a good defense.
Yeah. Well, hey, hopefully they can win in Allegiant Stadium.
Wait, they've been winning in Allegiant Stadium. They only lost to Syracuse.
I'm just saying, we need some wins in the Allegiant Stadium. We ain't getting many.
UNLV right now is 6-1, and the only reason why they're 6-1 is because in the Syracuse game, they were ahead, but it got messed up in the overtime because of the way the college overtime works. So they lost in overtime, but dude, they'd be undefeated right now and ranked in the top 25. But earlier in the year, they were ranked. So
Kansas State would be undefeated if we didn't get blown out by the BYU.
Yeah, we beat Kansas State. Oh no, we beat Kansas. My bad.
Yeah, Kansas sucks. We're gonna whoop them like we do every year.
So Twuan, Cal almost beat Miami, dude. They blew it. They blew it, bro.
I know. I saw that game.
Wait, did you go? Did you go there? Did you go to Cal State?
I was watching it on TV.
Okay. Yeah. No. They blew it. They blew it, bro. They blew it. So yeah, no, man. No, but and again, Twuan, like I'll stay positive like the rest of the week, and I'll keep our hopes for winning. Against the Chiefs, because like you said, you never know. How would you? Okay, how about this? we would be the first team to actually give to destroy the undefeated streak. Can we just take that the rest of the year to make us happy? Lose all of our other games, but the one other we go 3-16, but the last game that we won was against the Chiefs.
Hey, if you beat the Chiefs and they win all the other games and make the Super Bowl and win, you can say you beat the Chiefs. You're the team to give them their one loss.
Yep. Yeah. What do you think about that, Twuan? How about this? How about this as a parting gift to a 4-13 Raiders? Our final 2 wins of this year
are wins against the Chiefs.
Are against the Chiefs. We beat the Chiefs at Allegiant.
We beat the Chiefs, we beat the Chiefs and the Ravens.
We go 2-0 against the Chiefs, and then it doesn't matter.
We're a playoff team because we beat the Chiefs and the Ravens.
Yep. That's what we would say. We'd say we beat the Chiefs twice. We beat the Ravens, even though we're 4-13. And then we get Cam Ward or Shadur Sanders at that point. He just falls in our lap. 4-13 would do it, Twuan. 4-13. If we go 4-13, we'll be in the top 4, don't you think?
I just wish that it was like Captain Jack said. I was like, at least can we get to 7 wins? So for those people that actually believed in the Raiders, they could actually get some return.
But 7 wins is good.
Can y'all give the nation a solid and just win 7 games?
But that's what I'm saying, Twuan, is 7 wins will get us picking number 10. Do you want to pick number 10? You don't want to pick number 10, bro.
I'm with it.
Do you really want Shadur Sanders though?
That's Twuan wants him.
I do.
You want the guy that made a song about perfect timing?
Yeah.
That song sucked.
Yeah.
The man who lost to Kansas State.
But you know what? We're not worried about his music because we've had other athletes that had music and their music was worse. So,
Greg Olsen.
No, we had Darren Waller.
Oh God! Oh.
He was a rapper. We had Trayvon Martin. I mean, not Trayvon Martin. Trayvon Mullen. He was a rapper.
At least you guys didn't have Greg Olsen.
If you guys follow him on IG, every once in a while he'll go live and play one of his songs for you.
Wasn't Marquette King a rapper too, dude?
I don't think Marquette was a rapper.
You guys had Antonio Brown. He made a couple songs.
Antonio
we
Brown
had him for
actually never was a Raider because he never played. He
played in a training camp.
Game. He never played an official game with the Raiders.
Yeah. Hey, how about this one, Twuan? What would go down worse for you, the Devontae Adams stay or the Randy Moss stay?
Ooh.
Because Adams in his second year really didn't help us and was doing a lot of complaining. I think Randy Moss is worse. You think so?
But we'll wait and see because for me, Randy Moss denounces the Raiders.
I know, but do you kind of see
as much as we may hate DA, he hasn't denounced the Raiders.
That's true. I don't hate DA. I want him to do good so we can get a second pick.
You know what I'm saying? But it's still early, so he might say I never was. You know what I'm saying? He might do what Randy Moss said, like I never was a Raider. You know what I'm saying? Like that type of. But right as of now, Devontae Adams has not, denounced the Raiders.
Right.
So, but Randy Moss,
his opening game was not a good one, man. You got if you get to rewatch some of that tonight, it's like it almost is like, damn, dude, you should have just been with the Raiders this week. We might have won.
Yeah,
probably not though, because of Gardner Minshew throwing the ball so damn much.
Oh Lord, not Gardner Minshew.
Hey, how about that? We'll give you guys Gardner Minshew for Jacoby Brissett.
You guys can give me Jacoby Myers for Jacoby Brissett.
Nah, that's value. That's value. We gonna need some picks. We gonna we gonna need at least.
Yeah,
we'll
you know
give
what?
the
We
first
would give you
overall
Jacoby
pick.
Myers back if
Listen,
you give us
take-
your first round pick.
Listen. I will make you this trade. First overall pick for Jacoby Myers. Because we're
Which
gonna
one?
get
Your
the first
first
overall
overall
pick the way
pick?
we're playing.
You'll give us your number one pick for Jacoby Myers?
Jacoby Myers and your first round pick for our first round pick and Jacoby Brissett. So he's a veteran and he can train.
No,
the people
because if
coming
we
in.
give you Jacoby Myers, you guys are going to be better. So now
We're gonna be better when we get Travis Hunter. He's a cornerback and wide receiver. He can play both sides.
No, we would give you Jacoby Myers right now, probably straight up for a second round pick. What do you think, Twuan?
Second round pick, I'll take it.
Would you do that, Twuan? Patriots second round pick for Jacoby.
That's like a high first.
Yeah, that's like a high
Yeah, you can
first.
turn
Man.
into
You
a-
guys
you
might
can
be
turn
picking
into
first.
You can turn into a first round pick.
Jacoby
I mean,
might be
we'll
on
get-
the trade block.
That might look.
It
And
means
I
we'll
love
get Travis Hunter
and
and
look,
Jacoby Myers
I
back.
like Jacoby Myers too. You know what I'm saying? Like, but if you're telling me we could flip that and
Think about it.
what y'all think, chat?
This is why I should be the GM for the Patriots.
That'll be our last topic of the night because I can't be up here for until 3 a.m. What y'all think? Could we make a hypothetical trade with Jacoby Myers? We already got rid of Devontae Adams. Can we get rid of Jacoby and roll with Trey Tucker and DJ Turner and bring in
Gardner
somebody else?
Minshew?
That means you guys get to pick high in the draft.
Second round, I'd do it. Jacoby Myers for a second round pick.
Especially if Brock Bowers is going to be the focal piece of our offense anyway.
Yeah.
Yep.
I would do it for a second round pick.
I mean, and I'm not saying I love Jacoby. You know what I'm saying? I love him as a player. I like what he brings to the table. I've always said that Jacoby, in my eyes, was always a number one wide receiver. You know what I'm saying? I thought we were blessed to have, Devontae Adams on one side and Jacoby Myers on the other side. But yeah, because again, going back to the list, that's another one. That's another contract that's coming up too. So trading him, getting something off of him before he hits free agency. It's a good deal.
Yeah. No, if you're honestly willing to give us a 2, I'd take it. A 2 for Jacoby Myers, I'm in.
Now imagine the NFL is listening and that trade goes through tomorrow.
Yeah, Telesco pulls the trigger on it.
Hey, look, based on what we did today, they might be having that conversation with a few of these guys. Like, hey, we about to pack it in. You know what I'm saying? Like,
go back
instead of like you were saying, getting the Tannehill, let's just roll with whoever we got and just get through this year. Because we already know it ain't going.
Yeah, see, all eyes on G. So Cal, you guys like that? A second, right?
Yeah, I think they already, like, to be honest with you, like the whole getting rid of Devontae Adams was a concede. You know what I'm saying, to the season. Like, if we really believed, you know what I'm saying, that we were actually going to do something this season, then we would have kept Devontae Adams. right?
Yeah, no, I'm with you, dude. I mean, I'm right there with you. I think that, yeah, no, if we're doing a fire sale right now and you really, in New England, Robert Kraft said he loved Jacoby and he regretted letting him go. Take him back. Give us your second
Jacoby,
pick.
Kendrick Bourne, Jalen Polk, Demario Douglas,
Right, Lou?
Hunter Henry.
That's the first pick in the second round. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. No disrespect to the Patriots, but that's just what it is.
You're not wrong.
Well, at this point, all eyes on G. I think Jacoby Myers could be our quarterback. He played quarterback in high school.
Well, he's our emergency quarterback, but he's
our emergency quarterback anyways.
But he's injured, so I mean, I don't know how bad he's in. I think he might be back next week. We'll see. But
his arm's not injured though. How crazy of a move would that be, bro? How crazy of a move would that be? AP gets on the press conference desk tomorrow and goes, "We're going a new direction. Jacoby Myers will be our quarterback."
Hey, let me tell you, that offense would be moving. We know Jacoby Myers, as soon as that O-line breaks, he gonna hit the gap and be gone. We'll have a mobile quarterback now.
Jacoby, and we're changing our offense to the run and shoot.
Hey, I'm not mad at it.
Imagine Jacoby Myers, the quarterback. Jacoby snaps the ball, pocket opens, he runs for 60 yards for a touchdown.
He actually threw. I don't know if you know this. Last year, Jacoby Myers actually threw a touchdown and threw another good. Like the throw that he threw before the touchdown was even a better pass. He hit that on the sideline. Like it was one of those good lasers to the sideline, and completed it. So he can throw the ball.
I remember when he was on the Patriots, I think he threw a touchdown at least once.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Jacoby's been throwing touchdowns for the Raiders since he threw it to Chandler.
Yo, don't. I hate you for bringing that up.
That was a great throw.
Jesus Christ. Hey, man.
That throw was the reason why he came to the Raiders, actually, if you think about it.
That throw was the reason Mac Jones left. He got stiff arms.
Oh, there you go. How about Mac Jones? Hey, Twuan, how about that? We call up the Jaguars and we say,
so
we'll give you a seventh.
Don't want him.
We'll give you our 2026 seventh for Mac Jones.
You guys don't want him.
I normally don't go for any quarterback that's from Alabama.
Not even Bryce Young?
Because none of them really pan out for me.
You don't want Bryce Young?
Like, name, like, you would have to go all the way back to name.
Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
Is he really Alabama?
Is he really not?
Yeah, I mean, didn't he win him a national championship? No, wait. That was Mac Jones, I think. I don't know who won him a national championship.
No, didn't he go to another school?
Yeah, Oklahoma. No, he was with Ohio State. Then he went to Alabama.
Wait, no. Who was on Oklahoma that went to Alabama?
Oklahoma.
Because I know a quarterback went from Oklahoma to Alabama.
Yes, who is that? Not Kyler.
No, what? Fuck Kyler Murray. Little midget.
Who is the quarterback that came from?
Who was it?
Oklahoma.
It might have been Kyler.
No,
that might have been Jalen Hurts.
Who's the quarterback that came from Oklahoma?
It was Jalen Hurts.
It was Hurts?
That's what I thought.
Yeah, it was Hurts.
It was Jalen Hurts. Yeah, see? Jalen Hurts worked out.
I mean, he still hasn't won an MVP.
Technically,
Okay, that's
dude,
one.
Technically,
I'll let
Tua
you
worked
have that.
out if it
Name
wasn't for
another
the injury.
Alabama quarter. Like, and this happens every year. Every year, Alabama comes out with a quarterback that's supposed to be like the best thing since sliced bread.
Well, Jalen Milroe definitely not, dude. He's another Joe Milton.
Tua's still a wait and see.
Well, only because of the head thing, dude. But he throws it pretty good.
I'm trying to think about you would have to go back like what? Wasn't Stabler Alabama?
Oh, hey, that's a good pull.
I mean, that's the only one that I would say like for real, like was like a legit like good quarterback out of Alabama. But and that's why Alabama, like for me, quarterback, they always get the hype, but does it really pan out?
Their other good quarterback was Joe Namath. That's about it.
Yeah, no, you're right. Ken Stabler was Alabama, 1968.
Joe Namath was in Alabama. But
see how far you have to go back to actually, and it seems like every year, you know what I'm saying, or every other year, the quarterback from Alabama gets, is always in the hype.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
right now they're talking about
Mac
Jalen
Jones was
Milroe as a top 5 quarterback, and I think he was garbage against Tennessee. Dude, he couldn't make. Dude, Gardner Minshew threw better balls than Jalen Milroe did. Like, it was terrible. He had wide open receivers that he couldn't just drop the ball to. So no, he's Joe Milton, man. I'm not a believer.
Yeah.
I mean, if Drake May gets hurt, our backup is Joe Milton.
Yeah, congratulations. Tell everybody to go deep. Tell everyone to go deep.
Yeah, just
go deep.
Just
you got
right
it.
down the field, and when you get tired, the ball will be there.
Yeah, if I had Joe Milton on Madden, the only play I would call is Hail Mary, and then just keep throwing it and see what happens.
That the wide receiver that we had over here, Romel Keaton, that's all he did
was run
deep in slants. Well, not deep in slants, deep in post.
I run those all the time in Madden.
That's all he ran for the most part.
Yeah.
Streaks and posts.
Those are my favorite plays in Madden. Run a streak and a post.
Yeah.
It somehow works.
Hey, just a question, because I haven't opened my Madden 25 yet. But have you guys tried the college one yet? And do you like the college one better than the Madden one, or
I played it once when my friend game shared it to me, and it was way better than Madden.
College is better than Madden?
Yes.
I haven't played Madden since like 2012.
Wow, that's a long time, bro.
I mean, I haven't bought the new Madden. I just play Madden 23 because it's way better.
No, I played Madden 20 because at my job we play it because it's a part of the program. I think Madden 22.
Okay, that was a pretty good Madden.
Yeah.
So what makes the college one better?
But I play it like old school. I don't know all the new stuff on the game.
College football just better because you can actually play defense instead of everybody jumping up in Madden where they intercept. Remember in Madden where you can, like, from far away, they will somehow come over and pick the ball off you.
Okay.
In college football, it feels like you're watching a college football game. Like, they actually play better defense and offense. And it's just more fun.
Okay. I'll have to try it now then.
It feels like NCAA 14, but just newer.
All right. I'll have to give it a chance. All right. Positive words for our teams. Patriots are going to beat the Jets. Twuan is saying Raiders are going to beat Kansas.
Both times.
That will be our last 2 wins of the year.
And those will be
both over
Kansas's only losses against the Raiders.
Don't be surprised if you start hearing trades this week. Jacoby Myers to the Patriots.
Hey, look. Hey, you heard it. Hey, you heard it here first. You heard it here at Raider Twuan. You know what I'm saying? That Telesco heard us. I might have to tag Telesco in this live. You know what I'm saying? let them know. Hey, go ahead and holler at, the Patriots. They want Jacoby.
Hey, I'm about to send the Raiders an email.
That's funny.
Make that work.
If it actually happens, then just know the Raiders are listening.
Yes, sir. Well,
all right, guys.
Yeah, do you want to plug your channel or whatever?
Yeah, wrestling. Do you want to plug your channel?
Yeah. Follow me on Instagram, BX Wrestling. I post like wrestling edits and shit and stuff. Post predictions for every pay-per-view. It's kind of hard to do it because there's like 30, 40 wrestling companies, but I try to do it. But hey, Patriots are beating the Jets.
All right. Well,
Patriots are beating the Jets.
Thanks for coming in, man. We'll catch you some other time, man. If you can, make sure you hit that like button, and it's free to do. Go ahead and subscribe, man.
Yeah, everybody subscribe and hit that like button.
Thanks, Twuan. Appreciate you, man. Everybody press subscribe and like.
All right. Hey, Angelo, go ahead and let them know what you got going on.
Nah, guys, Raider Transplant, like Captain Jack says, I help out with his channel whenever, we need to do any type of content stuff there. And then, I'm always guesting with everybody, Twuan. So just living the transplant life, as you know. If you guys want to follow me, I'm at Reyes Boxing on IG. And thanks for putting up all of the transplant stuff on the chat, Twuan. I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, man. Hey, here at Raider Twuan, we're advocates for being an organ donor. So if you're interested in that, that's always in my videos and lives down in the description section. Also, if your live is available to you, I know my mods have been flowing it through the chat while we're live, but if you're watching the replay, it's always in the description of all my videos and lives, definitely. So yes, sir. Hey, if you are Angelo, thank you for coming on, man. It's always good talking to you. All the topics, what I'm saying? Sometimes we talk Raider football, sometimes we just talk to talk. So
yeah,
definitely you are definitely a friend of the Raider Twuan channel, and I appreciate you for being that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. No, thank you, man. Thanks for the positive energy always, too. It's important. It's easy to get negative, guys. Easy to get negative. Go the other way. Go against the current. Be positive. Yeah. Think of all the positives.
And you guys already know what I'm about to say. Let me go ahead and hit it one more time. If I could find it. It's always like that when I have too much stuff. There you go.
Stizan. Twuan, hit that like button. Why? Because I like you.
And if you, I didn't mean to push that. Look, hey, it's late. But hey, I gotta do something great. You're a blessing. Be a blessing to someone else. And let's go, Raiders.
heroes. Today is a day when our heroes of the past become our legends of the future. Time never really stops for the great ones. We wrap them in a cloak of immortality and remember what great people they were. We recognize you, Virginia Man, his sons Mike and Joey. They were a football family, so that John can pursue his dreams. To Raider Twuan and a tribute to John Madden and Al Davis. We declare that the fire that burns the brightest in the Raiders organization is the will to win. Ladies and gentlemen, the Madden family.